Welcome to another
Welcome Starting off with a bang.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another podcast episode on the Film Podcast YouTube channel. This is episode 4. Just letting you guys know, for this one, we are going to be talking about what we think about Creature Commandos, The Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan, Amazon Prime Video future projects, and more news later on. But yeah, Zay, how you doing, man? How you doing today?
Good, man. It's been a good week. Creature Commandos ended. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm really excited to talk about it, actually. Me and Phil have not talked about it at all, besides me being like, hey, the finale came out. We should try and catch up and finish it all.
Yeah.
So we haven't said anything. I'm really curious to see what you think.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that
I'm going to try to do a little better on that.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've been slacking on a couple shows and movies, but we'll get into it. But also, just to take a little serious turn, just want to mention the LA fires. If you guys have any friends or family who's in California, specifically in the LA area, please try to reach out and see how they're doing. It's getting serious, and people are losing homes, people are losing insurance, and just want to encourage you guys, like, if you have anything, if you have any family, if you have any friends who are suffering right now, please talk to them, please help them out. And also, if you're suffering, I'm sorry about what's going on, like, for real. Yeah. But also, shout out LA. We stay strong, we build better.
Yeah, we're praying for you guys. If you guys have the means to donate wherever you can, please do. It's important that we help support any of those people that are struggling. And if you are the one struggling, seek help. Do whatever you can. It's really rough out there, you know. We're praying for you guys. We hope for the best. Let's talk about movie stuff.
Yes, sir.
Movie stuff. Let's get happy. Let's get happy.
Yeah. Let's bring some happy news, like, real quick. And one of the craziest ones to me is Tom Holland and Zendaya, Spider-Man and MJ. We got the
finally time. Finally, one of them. One of them got it.
One of them.
Well, because like they've all dated. Andrew Garfield dated Emma Stone. They broke up. Kirsten Dunst and Tone Gra. I don't know how long they dated, but they broke up.
I think that was like a little bit, but it's just crazy to see, like, how long have they been a thing? Like, has it been like 5 years?
Is it since Homecoming, or is it Far From Home they started dating?
I think it was Far From Home.
Far From Home? Then, like, I think, Far From Home came out 2019, because it was right after Endgame. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, it's been like 6 years.
Wow.
That's crazy. Good for them, bro. Good for them. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, man.
You know, there's more people to see, more places to go, live, learn, apply. Shmeek more, baby. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, no. Oh, damn.
Anywhere I can to just flame that guy.
Oh.
Dude, you see all the people tweeting that after the Golden Globes and people showing her ring, people were tweeting that same tweet. That should be cool. He can't catch a break, bro. He really can't. He's just
2 months.
2 months.
2 months. I said 2 months. I was kidding. But yeah, man, like, I'm just happy for them. I'm happy to see a celebrity couple like that we've seen in a positive note get to this level. So I'm just happy to see that, especially Spider-Man and MJ, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, awesome, bro. It's storybook. But now, let's talk a little bit about this crazy movie announcement from this crazy director, The Odyssey.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. My bad. I don't know why I stumbled there.
Christopher Nolan is making The Odyssey. I can't wait. I've read the book The Odyssey. I don't remember it, but I remember in high school. It's one of the only books I actually ever enjoyed reading.
Yeah. We kind of did a skim on The Odyssey, so we didn't really get to read the whole thing. We just heard what it was about. To kind of catch you guys up on what the story is basically about, the story is about Odysseus making his way back home from the Trojan War and his journey dealing with some mythological beings like the Cyclops, Circe, a sea monster called a Scylla, I think that's what it's called. And he's going, during that whole journey, he's coming back home to see his family. And I guess some stuff happened with that, but I didn't, like I said, I got a summary on that. You probably know more than I do.
Yeah,
about the
I don't
Odyssey.
remember a lot. There's very specific instances that I remember. In my class, we got to make a comic of it.
Really?
There's this website. I forgot what it was called, but basically we were able to like choose a specific scene from the book. So I chose one of the later scenes. So it's like the scene I remember, but I'm not going to spoil it because I'm probably going to do it.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It's really sad, but I got to make it kind of funny because it's just a crazy thing. I love that book. It's a really good book. I might read it again, just like for fun, like just pure curiosity. I think if anyone were to adapt that book, Christopher Nolan is literally perfect.
Oh,
but what's so interesting is like, have we seen Christopher Nolan like make a world that isn't realistic? Like, sure, Dark Knight, but like his Gotham's very realistic.
So
we
like,
talked about that before.
Yeah, I know for a couple of them, the ones that kind of touch that matter, I want to say The Prestige because it deals with magic in a way. I want to say Interstellar, kinda, but technically it can be real because we don't know too much about space.
Yeah.
So kind of touches that. And I also want to say Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet's that's probably the only one I was like really thinking of.
But that's like when I was reading this and when I was like getting the summaries and everything, I was like, wait, so these are Greek mythological creatures that he's gonna have to try to incorporate into this movie, and then also the story when he comes home. I'm just like, Christopher, how are you going to do this? And then also the budget, $250 million, reported by Screen Time, or the N. Schneider, will be reportedly Christopher Nolan's most expensive film ever.
Which makes sense if he's probably dealing with a lot of more crazy sets. As opposed to just like real environments or like a craft, like a ship or something like Interstellar.
Oh yeah, bro. But I'm wondering, is this going to go into like the actors' pockets too, or is this going to be like mainly towards
the actors
VFX
are getting paid. I hope it's mainly for VFX, and I think it is because, like, I mean, well, how much do you know how much Oppenheimer cost to make? It was like 150.
I was about to say, I think it was 100 to 150 million.
Yeah, so like a lot of it was definitely VFX. Again, I think a lot of the actors just love working with Christopher Nolan, so it's like, sure, I want to get paid, but also like, I don't need millions upon millions of dollars. Not like an MCU movie where our actors are getting paid like 80s to hundreds of millions of dollars just to be in them.
That contract that Robert Downey Jr. got, whoever his agent is, you
Genius.
are a genius, bro. But also, other news that I wanted to get into with The Odyssey that I'm excited about, reported by Cinema Tweets, Ludwig is going to be composing the score for Christopher Nolan's
And what has he composed previously?
Ludwig, I want to glaze Brody real quick. He is my favorite. I love Hans Zimmer, but Brody's my favorite composer. He's done all the Creed movies. He's done Oppenheimer. He's done The Mandalorian. He's done I'm trying to think of another one he's done. He did Turning Red over with Disney, but the sound he has, even Book of Boba Fett, the music he makes, I listen to his tracks all the time whenever I'm working out, whenever I'm like driving, whenever I'm doing anything, because it just sounds amazing, bro. And I'm gonna be for real, if they're doing a live action Miles Morales movie, I'm gonna need Ryan Coogler. Black Panther. He did Black Panther, I think 1 and 2, Wakanda Forever. But pretty much he's done a lot of my favorite movies. And I'm going to need Ludwig and Ryan Coogler, if they were to ever touch the project of Miles Morales, I'm going to need them on it, bro. Like, because I know...
He has a crazy spread.
That's what
like
I'm saying, bro.
Spread. Like, you're going from Turning Red to, like, Oppenheimer is just, like, a really weird, like...
Well, the reason why I just love him so much is because I think that his sound captures the environment and the area that we're trying to understand so well. Like Creed, that was the first thing I heard his music in. I still couldn't believe that the beats he was making was that movie. And then Black Panther, oh man.
Dude, his spread
oh my gosh. Black Panther,
he did both. He did both.
Yeah. But that's what I'm just saying, bro. Like Ludwig, for him to do The Odyssey, I'm just so curious on what he's gonna do. Cause low key, I kind of want a God of War type feel with it. Like, what was the new game that came out? God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's gonna do like a lot of like the like more, like church, like you know. Like
that's kind of what I need, bro.
Dude, that's all I want.
That's kind of what I need, bro. But that's why I'm excited that he's part of The Odyssey. But I'm so excited for this movie.
And he's worked with Christopher Nolan before, so there's chemistry there. I
Oppenheimer.
think they'll cook, dude. He also did Trolls World Tour, so if that tells you anything, like he
I
didn't
don't care
compose
about
it.
no
He was just
trolls.
part of the music department.
Nah,
but,
I feel you.
Yeah, that's awesome,
bro. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so I'm excited no matter what for this movie. But that made it 10 times better. But up next, I want to talk about Creature Commandos.
We're gonna get into it right now.
I want to get into it right now.
Right.
I know we talked about the other thing, but I'm just too excited. Like I finished it last night, and I'm like, bro, I want to talk about it.
Do we want to do number scores?
Huh?
Do we want to do number scores? Do you want to do out of 10?
Like 1 through 10?
Yeah, and let's allow 0.5s and.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am going to give it.
This is our Creature Commandos review. This is for TikTok.
I'm just trying to. I think I want to give it a. I want to give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
I want to give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, nice.
I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really did. I love the way James Gunn, like a couple of my favorite moments, loved everyone's origin stories, specifically Nina, Phosphorus, and Weasel. I thought their origin
Phosphorus,
stories were crazy.
Weasels is probably the best one.
Oh my
Phosphorus
gosh,
hit
man.
though, like hard
I've never felt so bad for characters before,
for
bro.
Weasel.
Weasel went through it, man.
He went through
Weasel
it, bro.
went through it. Like, what the heck? Like, that's going to be one of my complaints, though. Why the heck were these kids in this abandoned school just playing, and they were like, let's just...
Kids hang out in abandoned schools all the time.
Yeah, but these
I think it was their school technically. I think it was their school just like on a weekend, so they play outside the school.
But their parents were just like, yeah, go outside, have some fun over at that abandoned school, and you're like stinking 5 or 6 years old. Like, what? And then they're just chilling, and the sun was going down. Like, I guess they ain't got no rules over there, but I just love that Weasel was like nice. I low-key thought at first that he like ate the kids or something, like on purpose.
27 children. He ate 27.
I think it was 12 kids. But
no, but like in like, you know, the line in the Suicide Squad where he's like, well, he's not harmless. He ate 27 kids or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But I don't know. I loved Weasel's background. I love Phosphorus's background. I felt so bad for him, bro. Or Phosphorus. I don't care. Apostrophe.
Dr. Phosphorus, yeah.
And then Nina's. Oh man, I've never wanted to punch kids and beat them up so badly, bro. Like.
Yeah, dude, that was rough.
The dad, what made me mad was the dad never really checked. It never really showed us that he checked up on Nina and how she was doing at that school. Because, you know, I forgot what the sport she was playing. Was it?
Lacrosse?
Yeah, she was playing lacrosse. And then those kids, I low-key felt like a parent because I'm like, why you cussing at her like that, bro?
Come on, bro.
Why you cussing at her like that? And then when them boys went up to her,
yeah, bro,
and they were like, what was it, ribbit?
Yeah,
or something?
like, say ribbit, say ribbit.
I was like, bro, I've never wanted to jump into a screen and then just like, I was at the point where not just beat him up, kill him, because I'm like, bro, that's to a woman, bro.
What hurt me for her the most was when she's by her locker, and she looks over at the guy, and the guy like smiles at her. And then she gets all nervous or whatever, and then she like looks back and waves at him, and then he like smiles whatever, and she opens the locker and there's a frog there, and they all start laughing, and I'm like, dude, come on, bro, who are you? Like, who do you think you are?
That was so pathetic,
insane
bro.
to me.
That was so pathetic.
Yeah, that made me angry. That was definitely man.
But you know, another favorite moment of mine, Phosphorus was deadly, bro.
He's
Anytime,
overpowered.
like I was just. In episode 6, I believe when what was homeboy the soldier's name? The head soldier for Alana.
I don't remember. Honestly, like they don't talk about they don't say their names.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But when he trapped them and he got him cornered, he's talking to him. He puts the gun to the bride's head, and then he's like monologuing. I was low-key thinking, bro, you might want to get out of that car. And right when I said car, Phosphorus just goes,
yeah.
And he's like,
oh my god.
He's like, dang, I really like that guy. And I was like, I liked him too.
Yeah, what a go.
I liked him too.
He doesn't care. That's why I love him so much. My favorite is when the tank's coming at him and he like takes on his thing.
That was crazy.
And he just like runs through and he just does this. It's so stupid. That's like pure James Gunn.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's just what it felt like. It was just so stupid, but it was awesome. It's cool at the same time though.
I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, the coldest line of the show to me. That's what a Nazi would say.
That's what
G.I. Robot, bro. That man, when he said that's what a Nazi would say, the way, like, that's what a Nazi would say. I was like, that was low-key cold. I'm not going to lie. That was the funniest line in the movie.
His origin is really, I think, like, gets overshadowed by after, because after that, it's like, it was Weasels, then Phosphorus's, then Nina's. They're all so good. G.I. Robots is also one of they're all really good.
Yeah.
I think, like, favorite characters of mine, the bride.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see her in live action. Like, I hope they like.
Are they gonna have the same actor who voiced their player in live action?
Exact same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked her a lot. I did. One thing that I am a little annoyed about was how, even though Nina's origin story was awesome, she kind of didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
That's kind of what bummed me out.
I think the whole point though was for us to get a little more closer to her.
Yeah.
In like her final spoilers. For Creature Commandos.
Oh yeah,
spoilers for Creature Commandos. Yeah, Nina gets stabbed to death. Which, by the way, an insane scene. Insane scene. Did you notice the Jaws thing they do, where she's swimming on the top and she's like, dude, and then Weasel, man. It's like Weasel fumbled the bag so hard and got her killed. But also, I'm like, I can't blame him.
Yeah,
like, I don't. Obviously, he's not the smartest thing in the world, but like also like it makes me so sad. Like he connected with her, and then at that point you also think Alana's also not you don't even know if she's innocent or not. Like,
That
we're
too.
so confused. So it's just like this entire moment. I think it felt very similar to in the Suicide Squad when Peacemaker and Rick Flag fight.
Yeah.
It's a little more, it's obvious who's bad and like who's wrong and who's right here, but you can see both sides completely. So you're kind of just like waiting the whole time, like who's gonna die?
Yeah.
But you know someone's gonna die. You know, it's not gonna end with them like hugging it out. It's like, no, someone's dying here. Just who is it gonna be?
But like, I think that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. Because if that didn't happen, I probably would have given it a 9 out of 10. Because that last episode, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't that ending towards it. I didn't feel like it was the best because of the way Nina died. Because I'm like, low key, I feel like you should have given. I don't think the job should have been put on her. I know homegirl was swimming, and oh yeah, like if she's swimming and there's a lake, why not let Nina get the only job she's done the whole show to kill the princess? I was like, that's the most important job, and you giving it to her. I understand she's in the water and that's a chance right there, but I think y'all should have waited because she didn't do anything the whole stinking show. Like the only thing I got from her is she's wicked smart, but I don't even think we got to see how smart she is. In my opinion.
Yeah, before I want to give my number score. Here's my number score for Creature Commandos. I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10.
Oh.
A little lower.
Okay.
I think 7.5 is still good, though. Like, it's definitely, like, if I were to average it out, it's technically an 8, I guess. But, like, I definitely say 7.5. I think, for me, my, like, problems with it were more so its length.
Yeah.
I think this show could have been longer.
Yeah.
I think it could have been, like, 12 episodes, if we're being honest. I don't understand why we're, like, so committed to this, like, idea that TV shows nowadays need to be 6 to 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Why? You know, I've seen very few shows that make it work perfectly. Like in like recent, like especially in superhero media, I think mainly. Like I think Loki makes it work great.
Yeah.
And I think Penguin made it work insanely well.
Penguin
but
did an
Penguin
awesome
every
job.
episode's an hour long. So to be fair, like, come on, you're getting 8 hours of or 9. 8. It was 8 episodes. 9.
I think it was.
It was 8. It was 8. Or no, was it 6? No, it was 8. It was for sure 8.
Let me see.
We're gonna
I
double check
wrote
this real
down.
fast. But anyways, while you look, like, yeah, I just think this show needed to be a few
8.
episodes. It was 8, yeah.
It was 8.
I think this show needed to be a few episodes longer. I think you kind of rushed the ending a little bit.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, made sense. Like, the bride killing Alana, sick.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. Yeah. But, like, also, I just don't... I think we didn't get time to sit with the characters enough.
That's what I mean.
Like I was definitely like connected to them, but on like a very like surface level.
Yeah.
I don't have any deep love for any of these characters yet. But I think if this show was able to stick around for like maybe like another 5-6 episodes, then maybe like I'd care a little bit more.
Yeah.
Also, like I wish like Rick Flag was in the final stuff.
That too.
Like that kind of sucked. Like it's like, okay, I get it, he got beat up, but like which we'll talk about in a second, who beat him up. But like sure, like I get he got beat up and like it kind of added that extra layer of tension where it's like, oh, is he gonna like explain what happened? But like I don't know, I think it would have been cool to see him fight with the Commandos.
Yeah.
Like that would have been cool because that's his team, you know? And like I feel like he doesn't really get a real arc.
Yeah.
And I feel like the beginning of the show sets him up to have an arc where it's like, I lost my son, my life kind of sucks. I'm only in this for the money.
Exactly.
I think there was like a really easy potential to like have a strong character arc for him. But no, he's kind of not there. Like it's more focused on the command, like the creatures, you know, which is fine. Like I liked all of them. There's no beef there, but I just felt like there was missed opportunity there for sure. But something I really liked, the backstory is 100% so good. Weasels almost made me cry. Like it was so good. GI's was good. Phosphorus was good. Another bonus or another like highlight was how they're building out the DC universe.
Oh yeah.
I really like how the world already exists. Like, let's talk about it now. Batman catches Phosphorus. So Batman exists. Like, that's cool. Clayface, like they're doing full on DC and not like scared to get into the more like weird characters. So, and I'm really excited about that. Like, that's awesome. And I know they're going to look good in CGI. Like, I think Clayface will look great, hopefully, if they put in the work. And I think you have a lot of passionate people, especially with, like, some of the work James Gunn's done previously. The CGI usually looks pretty good, especially in, like, the Suicide Squad. And then it got renewed for Season 2, so they're doing more creature stuff. And I'm excited for all that to get more insight on some other villains.
But that's what gets me annoyed that they killed off Nina, bro. Because I'm like, I feel like I was just getting to know her. Like the whole show, like I said, she has been chilling.
Yeah, for the first time in a project, I think you killed off too many characters.
Yeah.
And, like I think Nina was one of those like, oh why? You know, like that would have hit maybe later. You know, that could have hit really hard. You build out Bride and her relationships even more. and then kill her. Boom, perfect.
Well,
you know.
All right.
Because it didn't give her it didn't give her space to do a lot. You
Yeah,
know?
that's what I mean.
She kind of acted more as like a pet. As bad as that sounds, she acts more like she's like the team dog.
Shout out
you know?
Invincible season 1.
She's more of the team dog where you can like kill her off and it not really like mess up the plot, but it hits hard because the character's really connected to her. You know, just I don't know.
But that's why I got annoyed because that last episode. That's why I was kind of shook. That was the last episode because that was her origin story episode. Like that was one thing I loved every single episode since episode 2. You could tell whose origin story it was each episode, and I love that because it blended so well. And I think Phosphorus's episode was the best because of the editing and the way they mixed it into the modern story that was going on at that point.
Yeah, when he was in the house with
Bro, that was so good. But like with Nina's, like we were getting a flow and then we were seeing why she wasn't comfortable around anybody because everybody's been so mean to her. And then that scene where, this is a spoiler alert, where her dad dies, gets shot by the cops, and she gets thrown into this I thought that was where she was gonna flip out and just kill everybody, but she didn't kill everybody. So I was kind of like in wonder of what the heck happened. And like, you know, in the mixing of that scene, her dad getting shot and then after that her getting stabbed by the princess, it was kind of like a letdown to me because it was like, well, what the heck,
she never gets her get back.
I was like, she never got her get back. You're basically telling me she was being treated by everybody so badly. Her mom left her because she was not like everybody else, and then you're thinking, oh, like we'll see something good for her because her dad got shot, and then maybe maybe she gets captured by the princess, maybe something else, maybe it seems like she died, but something else happened. But the way that story ended for her was like the biggest letdown for me. Yeah. It was just, that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I kind of liked how she never really like was a killer. Like I like that about, like, she was only thrown in prison because of how she looks. Yeah. And I like that for her because she's never an actual monster. She just looks like one, you know? But she's not the same as Bride, who Bride is killing everyone. You know? She's not like Phosphorus, who awesome. Like, by the way, Phosphorus' episode when he's like a crime boss and that was awesome.
The dancing scenes was low-key cold. Funny. I ain't gonna lie. So funny. The dancing scenes were cold.
But I like that she never really was like that. She was always a great person to the end. Yeah. So I like that she was put in a situation where she like was going to kill someone. Yeah. I'm okay that she doesn't get the kill. I'm just bummed that she died now. Like, I think a moment like that later would hit harder. Like, 2 seasons down the line, it's like, oh, she's finally put in a position where she has to kill. You know? Like, you establish the commandos, you establish who's who. Like, maybe she's, like, the computer person. She's the person that's always, like, outside of the fight and, like, helping. You know? She's that character, maybe. And then, like, she's finally put in an instance where she has to either die or fight or kill someone. Yeah. That would hit so much harder because, like, she's never killed anyone up until this point, and now she's fighting for her life. But this just felt like, oh, here's her backstory. Here's what happened to her. Okay, now she's put in this crazy situation, and then she loses.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like we needed more. Like, if there was an 8th episode, maybe dive into that more. Maybe kill her off in that episode, but I don't feel like it was right to kill her off in episode 7.
100%.
Another thing that I thought was hella funny, Frankenstein.
Oh, dude, David Harbour kills it. David Harbour freaking kills it. He's so good.
Brody was low-key funny in the last, like, from episode 5 to 7.
Yeah, I need to see him and Rick in live action together.
Bro, that was so stinking funny. Like when Brody, when the whole Clayface thing happens and he's like lying on the ground, he's like, wait, don't go. I need to ask you a question. And he's like, did you tell the bride about me or something like that? I was like, yo.
Has she talked about me? Has she said anything?
I was like, Frankenstein. So he just has no emotion. I understand though, because he doesn't understand emotion too well.
He has like one like really heavy feeling, and that's it. He doesn't care about anything else.
He's just like, does the bride know me? I'm like, Rick Flag is just like dying right there, and you're just like, tell me, does the bride know me? I was laughing low key the whole time.
It's so
even
good,
that
dude.
Scene where they snuck into that professor's house, and then he's like yo. Like when he gets on the phone with Alana and he's like, tell Alana to talk to the bride to me. He's going back and forth. And then when he hangs up the phone, he's just looking at him with a death stare. He's like, you didn't tell Alana anything about me. Nothing. And then so when he's like, hurry, hide. And he's just sitting there. He goes on a and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't care. Yeah. And he's like, go down. And then so he goes on the bed. He just lays there. He's like.
It's so good. It was so awesome. Yeah, he's a highlight, dude. I loved it a lot. That was definitely one of my favorites.
You know what the horrible thing was in episode 5 though that made me feel so bad though was the old lady in Frankenstein.
Yeah, his backstory was good. We didn't even talk about that. His backstory also insanely.
It was
strong.
really good, but damn, man, like when that first line he told the woman, he's like, "Wait, you're blind?" I just want to say, if I was ever blind, I'd kill myself. I was like, Frankenstein.
He don't care, bro. He don't care.
But I thought he felt something, and then at the end of that episode.
Yeah. So I've read Frankenstein, like the book.
Mhm.
That's an actual thing. Like,
Oh.
I don't remember if he kills the blind lady, but he does like stay with the blind lady, and then people like go over to the house he's staying, and like the blind person takes care of him. He like learns how to read from her and all these things, and then like someone like sees him and is like, "Oh, look how ugly he is," and then they like burn down the house, and he has to run away. It's really sad, but this was different. Like this, I thought he was gonna shoot the dog. I was so ready for him to kill the dog. Yeah, I was like, dude, it's gonna happen.
What happened to the dog?
He just, I guess it probably died at some point. But yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, because his
way
dog
in the
probably
past.
did die.
Yeah, way in the past. But yeah, Creature Commandos, awesome show. I think it's definitely like a bright spot for DC. Like I think like it showed there's a lot of potential there. Like James Gunn 100% knows what he's doing. It's a lot more organized than I thought it was going to be.
Way more organized.
And it's already established. Mm-hmm. So like there's space for characters to show up and it not be corny, where it's like, "Oh, that's the clay face," and it's like, "Oh, that's a stupid name." Like where they're like coming up with names for characters. Like these characters already exist. So there's a lot of space to kind of just do whatever you want and have fun and like mess around in that world. And I'm excited for that. Like that's different. That's something we haven't seen. Like I think the MCU's getting to the point where it's like that now, but when it started it really wasn't. I think like early like CW like DC shows, obviously they're like, "Yeah, let's call him Weather Wizard because he shoots weathers out of a wand," like
oh gosh.
It's like we're not getting that, thank God. It's like things like, "Oh yeah, this is this character, they're doing this." Like they could just be there and it makes sense, because they already exist.
It's gonna be subtle too, the way they come in. I like it.
Yeah.
But another, because technically this is underrated compared to the MCU because it's just starting out.
It's just starting out.
But another underrated little thing.
What's another underrated little thing?
Amazon Prime Video.
Amazon Prime Video is super underrated.
Oh yeah, like I love Netflix. I love what's the other one? Apple TV. I want to say maybe.
Apple TV is super underrated.
My bad. Apple TV super
That's
underrated.
probably the underrated one.
But Amazon Prime Video got the most underrated projects I've ever seen that are so good. And these upcoming releases that Culture Crave posted, bro, I think this is gonna put it on top.
No, it's a lot of good stuff.
I think it's gonna put it on top. You want me to name a couple of them?
Yeah, let's do it. Go through all of them real fast.
All
Just
right.
list them and we'll talk.
These are Prime Video projects that are in the works right now.
Right now.
The Boys Season 5.
Final season.
Fallout Season 2. The Rings of Power Season 3. Reacher Season 3. Invincible Season 3.
We're back.
Batman Caped Crusader Season 2. Has Been Hotel Season 2. The Boys VOT Rising. First time. Blade Runner 2099.
We back.
I'm guessing that's the
I'm
movie.
so hyped for that. No, show.
Oh, it's a show. All right, even better.
Really hyped about that.
Tomb Raider, first time.
Bringing it back.
Gen V Season 2. Thank you. God of War. Hey, I think that's still awesome.
We'll talk about
Mass Effect, first
I'm hyped for
time.
that.
Creed the anime series. Oh, man, come on, bro.
Directed by Michael B. Jordan, by the way.
That too. Warhammer 40,000.
Sick. I'm excited for that.
The Wheel of Time. It doesn't say a season. I thought they already had a season.
I don't know what it is, if I'm being honest.
Maybe it's a movie.
Yeah.
The Boys Mexico. I don't know what that's going to be about, but hey, more boys content, the better. The Girl in the Dragon Tattoo. Spider Noir. And Secret Level Season 2.
Yeah.
Bro, from hearing those, what are you like most excited for? Like, what are
Without Invincible Season 3, I won't count Invincible Season 3 because obviously that's probably the one I'm most excited for. Blade Runner 2099, 100% that's the one I'm most excited for. The cast, I think it's Hunter Schafer and oh crap, what's her name? Oh my god.
was it Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle Wan?
No, I'm gonna double check, but that one for sure. Yo, I don't know how you say that. Y-E-O-H. How do you say that?
Y-E-O Yao?
Yao.
Michelle Yao?
Sorry, we're
We
so sorry. We don't know.
apologize for
But yes, her. Very talented. Good cast there. Great direction there. It's gonna be awesome. That show, I'm so That one I'm really hyped for.
Okay.
That and then Warhammer 40K. I'm not a massive Warhammer fan. I've played some of the games. My friend is super into Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Like he paints all the figures. He does all the things and the stuff. If you don't, do you know what Warhammer is or no?
I heard about it, a little bit of it from Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
pretty much, and then a couple of other friends. But apparently, it's like this armor suits and stuff like that. And it's not like Fallout, is it?
No, so it's very much like sci-fi, space, big stuff, fighting. What do they call them? The Terminites? I don't know. I'm making so many people
Like
mad.
Terminator type
Like
stuff.
no, so aliens.
Oh,
right? It's a bunch of aliens.
okay.
It's like a sci-fi
Also,
world.
Starship Troopers.
Very
Kinda like that.
because a lot more like way more advanced. Like these are like medically like designed human people. Like
Yeah.
they get like messed with to fit in these like big suits that like take over people.
okay.
You know? Like imagine like a massive version of Master Chief. You know?
Whoa.
Like basically that. And they're like these overpowered dudes. That world is sick. It's very much like a D&D because it's like a role play like tabletop game you can play.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a lot of books. They have a lot of lore stuff. They have a lot of video games to varying degrees of quality. But like they have a lot of stuff. So Amazon Prime full budget TV show, or is it a movie or a TV show? Do you know?
I think it's gonna be a TV series.
Regardless of what it is, like sick. And I haven't watched Secret Level yet, which we might talk about next week. Stay tuned. I heard that episode was a massive highlight because it's a continuation of one of the games, which I'm playing right now, which is really cool. So I'm definitely gonna be into that. But that one for sure. And then honestly, I want to get into Reacher really badly. And with season 3
so
coming
good,
out,
bro.
yeah, I know you love it.
Reacher is so good.
So what about you? What are some of the highlights here?
All right, so not counting Invincible season 3, because that one we already know season 3 and 4 of Invincible is gonna go crazy. But my favorite projects that were announced here are Batman: Cape Crusader season 2. I'm so excited for that. The Boys season 5. I just can't wait because it's an ending. Reacher season 3, obviously, because the show was so good, and I really want Alan Richardson to play Batman in DCU.
Yes, dude,
I really need him to play it. And then obviously the Creed anime series. I just can't wait to see what Michael B. Jordan does with this. And I love Amazon Prime Video. I don't think it gets enough flowers. I always talk to you about it.
Yeah, because they're insane.
Well, because it's like, bro, like because Apple TV, they're on the rise because their projects are really good. It's just they don't have a lot on that app right now. But with Amazon Prime Video, they've always been making good content. Like, in my opinion, they've always been making good shows, good content. I believe they're fully about quality over quantity. Like, even like the thing I love about these shows too is even the smallest show they make or start has potential to have a season 2 or a season 3 because that's how much they care about the stories on Prime Video, and they give it the time. Like, that's the one thing that will suck. Like, they'll come out with a season for something. Like, for example, Invincible season 1 took forever to come out with season 2, but that's how much they care about like the quality of their shows, and it looks really good too. Like, if you were to watch some of these shows, you'd be like, how the heck do they have the budget for this stuff? But also, it is Amazon, so you never know. But it's just, I love how much they care about the quality of the shows and movies they make. I love it.
So I disagree with you a little bit.
What's up?
I think they have two. So you bring up quantity over quality, or quality over quantity.
Yeah.
I think something I don't like about this list of shows and movies and stuff, I think you're expanding The Boys too much. I don't like it. Honestly, The Boys season 4 lost me a little bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't a massive fan. I think it's good. I think it's fine for what it is. It's definitely no season 3. I think it's more on par with like a season 1. Like, it's good. But like, I think where we're at in that story, it doesn't make sense to me why it's like losing me so much. Like, they're making so many decisions. I'm not really vibing with completely. And like, you're making all these jokes to like, oh, here's the next like slate of VOT movie stuff, you know. But then look at like your slate of like things. You have The Boys final season, okay. Gen V season 2. Gen V was really good. I'm not understanding why we're like, but why even making something like that? I just don't understand. The Boys Mexico, like, come on, like, it's just, and then like the Bot Rising, which is like the prequel, which that one seems cool. I like Jensen Ackles, but it's like, again, why? You know, like, The Boys was such like a FU to like superheroes and big corporation stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's just getting consumed by the corporation.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting pushed too hard. It's like, what's next? We're going to get spin-off shows of like individual, we already are with VOT Rising, but like we're going to get like spin-offs to like other things, we're gonna get a Homelander like TV show, you know, like, and it's just about Homelander and his origin, whatever.
The
like,
prequel.
We don't need that, you know.
That's
like,
true.
We're getting too many things, and I don't think we need it. I think The Boys would have been fine if it just stayed on its own, stayed what it is.
Well, the one thing about The Boys is, I was with that for a sec. I was with the whole like just end the story with season 5 and then just let it be its own perfect thing with 5 seasons. But one thing I do appreciate is I heard from a lot of people, they were like, the comic book sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. And I appreciate what Amazon Prime Video is doing with this because I can watch something that's different, even though, I mean, it has some similarities, but it's a little bit different. So I appreciate that, but I do understand the whole thing where it's like you're doing too much. The Boys Mexico, I don't know what the heck that's going to be about, but along with VOT Rising, but I do appreciate that they're doing more. Gen V, I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not like obviously I'm gonna watch it, so I can't complain like too much. I just think it's weird. Like Gen V coming out now around The Boys ending, it feels so much like what's the point right now? Like you're trying to rope in these characters into the main show, but the show's ending. So it's like, how are you gonna include these newly established characters into this show that's continuing outside of them? You know, and then you're gonna rope them into the final season. It scares me because it's like it could be half-baked. Maybe we'll see how Gen V season 2 goes, but I just don't. I think one, they should have existed separately completely, with like some world similarities, obviously, with like, hey, this is relevant, this is happening in The Boys, so obviously this is happening in Gen V.
Yeah.
But like keep the characters separate from the other characters. You know, I wish they kept it like that. But I also think just like I don't see the value in making things like this, especially when your comic book and you're even still like you kept that your adaptation is so much like how stupid they've made superheroes. Well, obviously the comics a massive FU. Superheroes suck. This show is very much like, look how corporations like pander to audiences and they don't care. Look how they like oversaturate markets. Look how they do all these things. And that was so good. And now you're just oversaturating the market with more The Boys content. Just like it seems so like hypocritical. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes me lose that like aspect of the show.
Well, I don't know. I think they're just trying to grow like the fan base and bring more people to Prime Video because, I mean,
which is the problem already. Like you're doing it to get subscriptions.
In a way, yes. But I don't know. I just I like that they are catering to people who love different types of fantastical, I want to say sci-fi type of things. But I don't know. I do appreciate it because if you think about it with Netflix, there's been a lot of times they come out with a good TV show and then they'll just cancel it just for like, not tax breaks, but like for more room for other shows. Yeah. And I feel like that's why I appreciate Amazon Prime Video more because there's been so many shows I've seen on Netflix that I like that are like low key or like pretty good or like famous or popular to a point where a lot of people like it, but then out of the blue they just cancel it and it's like, what the heck? Yeah. I like that with Amazon Prime Video. I don't have to worry about that because it'll be on a rare point if they cancel a show just because it's that bad. But I just know they won't really do that.
That's true, and I do respect that. Like I can't think of too many cancellations they've had. I know a lot of people are mad. Remember The Tick? That was a big one. People were upset they canceled. Right? That's what the show was. The blue guy in the suit.
Yeah, I never got to see it.
Never watched it either. I was too young to watch that show. But I know a lot of people talked about that show being really good.
Yeah, it was really early on though. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're in a different era of Amazon Prime. Another thing, honestly, maybe I'm just really negative today. Something I'm a massive God of War fan. God of War is my favorite video game franchise. It's not even a question. I've played all the games except like the mobile one that you can't play anywhere anymore, and like the Facebook game they did. Like I haven't played those things, but I've played every single mainline spin-off God of War game. I'm obsessed with them. I don't like the idea that we're doing a show or a movie. I forget. I think it's a show. I don't like it.
How come?
Because something I don't like about a lot of video game adaptations is you're kind of just telling the story of the game, but in a movie or TV show format. Yeah. The Last of Us did it, which was good, but I just don't see the value in doing it. Fallout is a highlight because it's taking a world and telling its own story. Yeah. That I love. Arcane does the same thing. It takes some of the characters and it tells its own story. This is just, okay, let's do God of War 4, but in a TV show. And there's multiple problems with that. Not only is there no value in that besides making some money, there's no value in that because, like, God of War 4 isn't just, like, a reboot of the games. It's also, like, a respect and, like, it takes a lot of the old games, like God of War 1 through 3, the other 3 that they did of, like, Kratos' origins. Yeah. And, like, sort of, like, touches on those things in 4, but it, like... there's an impact there if you stuck with it the whole time. So if you make a show that takes place in God of War 4 and you're just retelling that, and you show characters like Zeus in Norse myth, like how does that make sense? That's not going to resonate with any audience because they probably didn't play the games. Like the mainstream common Amazon Prime audience probably didn't play all the games. So it's like, why are you doing this? Well, what's the point? And it's for money. And I don't like that. Like, that's weird. I don't think... And live action, too. God of War is all about the insane fights, crazy set-piece action. You're not going to get that in a live action show. I just don't think that. Like, we could talk about The Boys. The fight scenes are good, but they're never, like, large-scale, like, boom, grabbing a massive rock and hitting someone with it and they're go flying, or, like, beating someone up so much that...
Like Dragon Ball type stuff.
Like God of War 3 has a fight where you literally beat up a guy so much blood covers your screen. Like, you're not getting that in this. That's not going to happen. So I just don't see the benefit in doing it. As something I love so much, I don't want it to suck.
Yeah.
I really don't want it to suck.
So what would you have rather this been like a near in the future type of thing with a spin-off type thing with different characters who are living after these events, maybe?
The problem with this is God of War doesn't exist without Kratos.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can do a spin-off in that world and it, like, makes sense or be good. I would have loved, if you were to do this, if you were to just retell the games, you start in Greek myth, and then you make it an animated show. You make it animated because there's more potential for some insane fights.
Okay.
And you're able to, like, have a full-scale show from Greek to Norse to however long you want to extend it, you know? It gives audiences that are new to God of War the entire story, and they don't have to go seek out videos of timelines. They can just watch it from beginning to end. And also, it, like, makes me feel more comfortable that it's going to get the love and care that it needs, and it's not just going to be like here's live action to capture mainstream audiences, and let's make money off this.
Yeah.
You know? I don't like that. It's just... But Mass Effect, on the other hand, Mass Effect, a video game, I've only played the first one too, but I love Mass Effect. That's a good live action show. That's going to cook, because that's just... maybe not Space Game of Thrones, but it's very, like... political, sci-fi, insane stuff, whatever, great characters. It's gonna be awesome. If they retell, like in this one, they can just do a different cast. They don't have to do Commander Shepard. They don't have to do all those characters. They can get a new set of characters and tell a story in that world. That's perfect. I hope that's what it is. But I don't know.
Well, because looking at this list and then seeing, because, you know, got the introduction to The Boys, got the introduction to Batman, the Cape Crusader, got the introduction to Invincible. I think this is going to be another introduction, so they could do another Shepard. But your idea of it, I would love that, because then I wouldn't have to worry too much about getting into it, because that was the one thing that I was worried about when they made a Fallout show, because I thought I had to see everything. Like, I watched literally all, like, a whole... what's it called? A whole summary of all the games.
Yeah, you probably know more than I do. I don't really care for Fallout.
Yeah, I mean, in Fallout, it's just about, like, these people who took shelter during a nuclear war, and then they wake up, and sometimes in these different games, they have different tasks to do, like, to help prolong the colony. So, like, with this, it's almost the same way. But that's the general idea you got to get. Like, they send one person out to perform a task to help the colony, like, to go out into the world, see what's going on, this and that. But... you know, that was easier to kind of understand. With the way you're talking about God of War, that makes sense.
There's deep lore there.
Yeah,
with one character.
Yeah. So, like, with Mass Effect, I think maybe it would be easier to go into just doing a whole new thing, new generation type stuff, going to the further, maybe even going to the prequels, like whatever the heck they did.
You can tell a story wherever in that universe, and it works.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. I just I can't wait for Mass Effect. I just can't.
That one I'm excited for. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm trying to think of what else I didn't mention that I'd probably be excited for. That's one thing. I saw Blade Runner, and I saw Blade Runner 2049. Not the biggest fan.
Really?
I'm a huge fan of the cinematography. I think it looks beautiful. I watched it on a huge screen in the dark, and it looked incredible. But the story just, I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't.
It's weird.
Drive me. One person told me something really cool, though, when I finished watching Blade Runner, and I was like just trying to understand it. And he was like, think about it as like a nightmare. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's actually pretty cool, because he was like that last scene when Brody was like kind of chasing him around, and like he was in that house, and Brody, it seemed
from
like
the first one.
Remember in the first movie, the
so
very
fun
first
fact, I've never seen the first one.
Oh, shoot.
But you say a scene. I've read the book.
Yeah,
there's a book that inspired Blade Runner, which I've read.
Oh, okay.
Really fantastic book. That's a great book. I'm talking. I don't read that much. This is just pure coincidence that I've read a lot of these things that like are getting adaptations now. But yes, I've read the book, so I've never seen the original.
Yeah.
I love 2049 with a burning passion. For a long time, that was my favorite Dennis movie. For sure. Until Dune Part 2 came out. That movie changed my way of thinking.
That was, oh man. We already, if you guys haven't seen our last video, we were really going into Dune Part 2. But with Blade Runner, one thing I do appreciate is the world that's around it, like how futuristic it is and how, like, I think it's super creative. I just, I don't really resonate with it too well.
100%. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think it looks beautiful. I just think that with the character in it and everything, I forgot what the Ryan Gosling's.
It's K, right?
Well, what is he again?
He's like an android.
Yeah,
like
because I remember the difference in the first one and the second one is that in the first one, Harrison Ford is hunting down a android.
Yeah, but I think like a specific, like the deviant ones, the ones that like aren't
Deviant ones.
Yeah, I think that's what, I don't know if like I'm like going into a video games game, Detroit Become Human, because that's what they're called in that game.
I love Detroit Become Human so bad.
But like yes, like androids that don't follow their task, they're doing something different.
Yeah.
You know? Yes.
But I know in the second one it was all about a detective who is an android who's hunting down androids.
And who's slowly turning like deviant.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Like my favorite scenes in 2049 is like when they're like doing the tests for him and they like look at his reaction time to how fast he, like they ask him like really hard questions like I forget some of the specific ones, but it's like, oh, like do you love people? Like, oh, can you hold hands? What do you feel about this? And it's like he's like, nah. What does he say? Follow. Oh man, I'm forgetting. I need to watch that movie again. But he says something specific. But then when he does it again later in the movie, he like it takes him a second to say it because he like thinks about it. That so good.
You know, one of my favorite things when it comes to movies like that, though, like, so as you all know, I love movies. Obviously.
Do you? I don't
know. Maybe I was kidding, but like one of my favorite things is when I love discovering new movies, especially movies that everybody loves. And one of the craziest things to me is like I always saw that clip, the most famous clip in Blade Runner 2049 of like just. Well, obviously him walking in that little like Mars-looking area, and then the car in the background, and he's just looking off and looking everywhere. And I never got to see the movie, and so I loved always seeing that clip. And then when I finally got to see the movie, I just felt like a sigh or breath of relief because I was like, finally, I've seen it. Yeah. So I love that feeling because you know you've seen millions of clips over and over again of just these famous movies, these famous clips, and everybody's going like, oh, this is the greatest movie of all time. This is like the best movie of all time. And then when you finally see it, you're just like, okay, I understand it now.
I understand.
I understand it now.
Yeah.
I'm just, I love that feeling. So seeing Blade Runner 2049, just looking at all the cinematography and everything, I understand why people love this movie so much. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
Yeah,
believe me.
It just doesn't click with you.
It just doesn't click with me. But I do understand the beauty, and I do understand that there is a story there that everybody resonates with. If you all would like to tell me in the comments down below, I would love to hear your, like, I'm not a judger. Like, I love getting into new stuff. I love, like, hearing people's different takes because I think that's the whole thing about movies. Like, it's, what's the word for it? Like, when people talk about art, it's hard to judge people's taste in art because it's
like their own opinion, but like
there's a word for it.
It's just like how art hits people differently. So like, to be like, oh well, like you can't like this because I don't like it. It's like
yeah.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like everybody's opinion when it comes to movies is valid in a way.
Unless like you're telling me Fantastic Four 2016 is a great movie, and in which case I'm like, yeah.
Well, I mean, how are you phrasing it? Because like Fantastic Four, if you're over here like, oh, I love Miles Teller, then it's like, okay.
Yeah, but if you're telling me that it's the best movie you've ever seen, I'm like,
okay,
you got to watch some more movies.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, but then you got to see what type of movies they've seen.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's what I mean. There's always a reason for it. You just got to argue it well.
One more thing before we move on from the Amazon Prime thing. We didn't talk about this at all, and neither of us said we're excited for it. Spider Noir, how are you feeling about that project? Because I'm like cautiously optimistic.
That's what I mean. I'm low key worried about it.
Yeah,
I'm low key worried. I'm glad that they did say that there are going to be some Spider-Man scenes in it of Nicolas Cage being Spider Noir. The problem I have with it is it going to be good?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be tacky? Because at first when I heard it was going to be a detective story and it's just going to be about him like thinking about the past, I was kind of like, or just give us a whole story about the past. Like I kind of like, I understand if you want to tell us what's going on in this future and like show us like what he's doing now today, because he's not Spider-Man Noir now in the future, but why not just give us a story of that past of his? I kind of like the Spider-Man content has been annoying the heck out of me lately. Like, maybe it's because I saw Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web in the same year and was just like, what the hell?
And Venom 3.
And Venom 3 without Spider-Man. But it's
Yeah.
just like, I kind of want this to be good, bro.
Yeah, because they need a win.
Yeah, well, Tom Holland's in there. When y'all get off that honeymoon, bro, come back,
Yeah,
bro.
come back, please.
Come back.
They're filming it in the fall, so we'll be back soon.
Bro, but we still ain't getting that movie.
Yeah.
They filming it, but bro, it's like, it's an itch.
Yeah,
It's getting bad.
So cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance it could be good, but I'm just like kind of like, I'm like staying away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away because I don't know anything. Like they haven't talked about it like too much. I feel like there's been like a couple set photos which looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't trust Sony anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. They haven't like proved themselves in a What was the last good Spider-Man thing they've done besides the MCU stuff?
The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Not 2, but like probably 1.
Both
like
of them.
objectively,
Both
like,
of them.
like I think like Venom, I like fine the first one. I don't think it's great or good. I think it's like okay. I think it's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably their like the best example of like that's the last good thing they've done.
Yeah.
But like I guess the Spider-Verse movies, which we like, I guess technically.
I always forget that
Yeah,
that's a part
them.
of it.
Yeah, but it's in a league of its own because they're so good. Like,
Yeah.
How do we go from Across the Spider-Verse to a year of Venom 3, Kraven the Hunter, and Madam Web? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Bro, that was 3 L. Well,
That's-
technically not 3 L's because Venom
It made a lot of money, but it's still an
Yeah.
L. That movie sucked.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, dude, have you seen all the clips of the low, like, res version of the ending scene of the movie where he's like, "I'll never forget you, buddy." And it's just like, it's my favorite. Like, the movie, you can download it in HD. You can get the quality clip, but everyone just always posts the, like, camera version where it's like someone's recording it. And it's so good. But I don't know. I like Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I like Spider Noir. I don't know a lot about the character, so it'll be a fun watch.
Yeah.
There's potential to tell a good story there, but is Sony capable of telling a good story? Man, I have no idea.
I don't know.
So that one's we're just gonna have to wait and see. All right. Speaking of Spider Noir, they're making a whole show on Disney Plus. I had no segue there. I had nothing.
Wait, because holes makes an O,
Ooh.
and that O is
And
a
then-
0, and that's how bad Sony's been.
And that's
They
how
made
many
$0.
W's they've made. That's how many W's.
Oh, that's
they've
how many
made.
W's. All right,
Zero.
we're getting
Boom,
used
it
to
worked.
it. We're getting used to it. All right, Screen Time posted a whole TV series is in the works at Disney. The difference in this one is it's going to be gender swapped. I have no problem with it being gender swapped. I just don't understand why we are touching such a good movie. I don't understand why we're going back
Money.
into it.
Money.
Like-
Nostalgia. That's the answer to everything, Phil.
Bro.
If we're being honest, you say, why are we doing this? Money. But also, like, I think, like, there's probably a lot of nostalgia for Holes.
Yeah.
But I don't think in that way. Like, I don't think to the same degree of something like a, I don't want to say that. Not like a Ghostbusters. I think there's, like, maybe like a similar amount of nostalgia. I think the way they're doing it, I don't think there's nostalgia there. Like Ghostbusters fans weren't, like, clamoring for a gender-swapped version of Ghostbusters. They did it. Did it make a lot of money?
You talking about the first one that came out?
2016, the like Ghostbusters with all like the.
I don't think it did.
But
And they had a lot of good comedians in that one.
yeah,
Problem was, it just wasn't.
the comedy wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny. But I don't know. I just don't understand. I understand. Yes, you're doing it for money, but
Well,
the movie was so good. The movie was perfect.
Yeah,
It was like, why touch it?
I just don't think so. The problem with me and gender swapping roles is not necessarily that there's like a problem with it. It's
Yeah.
more so like I don't really understand the point of doing it. I think you can like tell. I think you can add maybe because man, I don't remember Holes at all. We have the DVD. I definitely watched it when I was a kid. I just don't remember that movie at all. But like out of like the kids, is there like a girl in it or no? Do they have? I don't remember that. movie at
Well,
all.
I mean, the most famous, I'm tired of this grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. Like, she's the main, she's one of the main villains in it, or antagonists. No, she's a villain. I would say maybe do a prequel with her.
I look, the way I feel about any retellings of anything is
Yeah.
why there's no point. I don't understand why we're doing it. How about you just tell something different?
Yeah.
How about you make something new? How about you make something like a spiritual successor to Holes, where it's like Holes, but it's not. You know, it's not in that world. It's not the same story. It's different. You're doing your own things, and you have a new cast of characters. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, you know?
Yeah, next
But-
generation, but different type of story, but inspiration from Holes.
100%. Like, you see that in movies, TV shows, video games, everything all the time.
Yeah.
Why are we just retelling the same thing, gender swap, to be like, hey, look, it's different because now it's all girls? This doesn't make any sense. There's no
Yeah.
point. But, like, we'll see. We'll see if it's good. Maybe it's good. And then, yay. But more than likely, especially with Disney's track record lately,
Yeah.
not going to be good.
I don't know, bro. Holes is, it's such a good movie, and to like make it into a TV series.
Think,
and
like, don't touch it, maybe? Like, just leave it alone?
Well, not even just that. If you want to do something like we said, just like make a separate story, but in that world. Like if you wanna gender swap it, go for it. But like also, what if you have all these? Well, now if it's gender swap, it's gonna be girls. So have all these girls be related to Stanley or Zero and all these other different characters, and then maybe have them like have it where it's like it's at a school and they just like they're trying to uncover a treasure, because that was the whole point of this movie. They were kind of uncovering a treasure that was in the past for the longest time. But maybe just give us a spinoff that doesn't really have to do with them going to a juvenile detention camp digging holes.
Yeah.
Maybe just give us the same world but different area.
Yeah, 100%. I think, like, that's what you should do. It's weird. Disney's weird. But Disney knows how to make money.
Oh,
Because they made
yeah.
a sequel to Moana, and that movie made $960 million.
Bro, that is insane.
Crazy, but it makes a lot of sense.
So before this movie came out, what was your guessed estimation
Of how much money it was
of
going to
how
make?
much money it was going to make?
I mean, I assumed it was going to make a lot. I don't think, like... I think with their track record lately, a lot of their projects don't make a lot of money lately because they're not originals.
Yeah.
Like, or they are originals. Well, I guess a lot of the Pixar stuff was going straight to Disney Plus right away, so people weren't watching it.
Yeah.
They had like that Lost World movie, which made
Oh, man.
damn near no money. I think for me, it was the way like the mainstream audience like receives Disney movies.
Or Strange World. It was called
Strange World. Sorry, yeah. I think the way they receive movies is it political, and if it is, I'm not watching.
Mm-hmm.
So like Strange World was really political, and I guess it just wasn't good anyway. So no one watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Lightyear had a lot of politics stuff. I don't think it made any money. Like surprisingly, it made like no money,
I think it made like 200 mil,
which
but
is
technically
not a
that's
lot.
nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
So it was like, let's see this movie. I don't think they would do it with Moana. I think like Moana has like definitely some like political, like you'll see some like annoying people be like, well, it stands for this and that and whatever. Like it just in and of itself, but people love Moana, so I don't think
Yeah.
they could do a lot that'll like set a lot of parents off, you know?
Yeah.
So I figured this movie was gonna make a lot of money, not that much money, because I didn't think the movie looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wait,
thought
you didn't think it looked good? Oh.
I think it looked beautiful, but it didn't like a lot of the vibes of we're with a new cast of characters. Like we're gonna have a team, like a group, you know, and like we're gonna do Moana again. It's just like I didn't think it was gonna be that good.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't do a good job of handling a bunch of characters in one movie. I think Inside Out's a great example of a movie they do it really well because they're emotions.
Yeah.
So I think
You're like,
it's a little
you
easier.
kind of have to work on that.
Yeah, it's a little easier. They don't usually do a good job of... Or Toy Story is another good example of where they do it well. In this case, I was like, I don't think they're going to handle this well. I feel like every single character is going to serve their plot purpose, and that's it. And which is exactly what happened in this movie.
I mean, I think all Disney did a really good job on characters, though, because, you
But
know,
a
Winnie the
bunch of them, like
Pooh,
multiple.
Sweet Life.
Like I'm talking like we're getting like 5-6 characters, and we already have like one that's already. Look, my problem with Moana 2, because now I'm just like we're just gonna talk about Moana 2.
Go for it.
The way I feel, so I thought it was gonna make a lot of money because it's a sequel to a movie a lot of people love that made a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's gonna make a lot of money. It's a free. But my problem with the movie after watching it was. Moana's already like really developed, so why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can develop Maui a little more.
Yeah.
Because Maui doesn't go on like a crazy arc, I think he goes definitely on an arc. I think Moana is obviously more of a focus because
Also, spoilers just in case. We're probably gonna get into some spoilers.
Yeah, I'll try to like not really talk about it too much, but also I don't think a lot of people would care.
Yeah.
But like I think there was a great opportunity to tell a great Maui story in Moana 2. Like make Maui the center, because Maui's still full of himself.
Yeah.
At the end of Moana 1, Moana 2 is a great opportunity to flip that on its head. And and they touch on it a little bit. Like he's like scared of like getting Moana in this because she doesn't want her to die. He like like he's losing a lot and he's struggling. And then okay, now a spoiler, like spoilers from Moana 2, like he loses his demigod powers at the end of the movie, and I'm like, wow, wait, that's actually interesting.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not really vibing with this movie completely, that's a bold choice. Nope. Switch him back. He's fine now. I just feel like there's a lot of, and then with all the other side characters, I think there was potential there to like have Moana have like stronger relationships with some of those characters. None of them really have to be romantic. I just mean more so like
a friendship.
Friendships. Like, and I don't think that's that hard to develop, but this movie didn't do that. You know, like the guy that like made all the drawings, like there's a part where he almost dies, and it's like, oh, this is really dark, and looks like he's actually struggling with that. Nope. Cut like 5 minutes later, and he's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
and he's like, you know, this movie just there's no stakes.
Yeah.
And this movie felt very much like a part one, which it ended up being.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me just tell the super easy, like, there's no struggle in this movie. Because even when they struggle, they go exactly where they need to go. You know? Oh no, we're getting trapped by that monster. We get eaten by the monster. Oh wait, there's a lady that's going to take us exactly where we need to go. Oh no, we're on this area and we get washed up on the shore. Oh, don't worry, we have the mechanic and all these people. We're just going to build the ship super easily and let's just go.
Yeah.
You know? It just, oh, now we're fighting a god and he has this big storm. How are we going to do it? Oh, like Maui loses powers. It's crazy. Moana might be dead. Everything's fine. No, Maui gets his powers back. Moana's fine. And now what? She's a demigod? Like, she has her things. Like, and the world is saved. The ending was cool, I thought, but I'm just like, no stakes here. Characters aren't that interesting. Moana's already developed, so there's not much you can really do with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they do anything. And the music, I like fine. I know a lot of people don't like it. I like it.
I don't think it was bad. I just, watching the first movie.
Oh, 100%.
I think that just set the standard so high that if this was the first movie, it would have been like, okay, yeah, I love this. But, you know,
yeah, I think
the first movie's just too good.
I think the movie's overhated because it's fine. I don't think it does anything like gross or wrong or awful. It just does everything like kind of mid.
Safe.
Exactly.
It was just too safe.
That's what I was safe.
That's what I was thinking the whole time watching the movie, because I'm just like, okay, like we got back into it. We're seeing Moana. What are the stakes that they're gonna give us? And it didn't really feel like it was that. Like we kind of already knew she was gonna go on this journey and everything was gonna be fine, because, well, for one, her sister was there. And we already knew, like, nothing was going to happen to her sister.
Her sister served no plot either. There was no point.
I loved your sister, though.
I didn't really.
I loved her.
It felt, for me, it kind of bugged me because she felt like a way of making us more connected to Moana.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she needs to get back to her sister. But that just feels so cheap to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, okay, that doesn't, like, they do it in the first one, too. Because the first one, it's big because it's like, well, if she doesn't get back, like, her entire, like, island dies.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, oh, she has to get back to her sister because her sister misses her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like, every single time, it was just, like, a lot of safe things to it. Mm-hmm. But then, like, the biggest thing, I would have loved the movie way more if, like you said, Maui lost his powers, and then now Moana developed powers. So now we got a third movie that we can get prepared for to see a normal Maui and a powerful Moana.
Yeah, because you have two new arcs you can tell.
Yeah, but it's also two things that they're not used to. Mm-hmm. Like, we get to see how Maui is. Like, imagine she comes back to the village, and then Maui is trying to get used to not doing everything so, like, easily with powers. And then Moana's trying to get used to containing her power. That would have been so good. But then, right when that scene came up, she gets power, and then Maui, they're looking at him, give him back his spear. You want to say
it's a hook.
His hook. It was kind of like, bro, what the? That was like, well, it's not even just that I got so mad. It's like, that's the most obvious good plot point you can have for the third movie, where it's like, even when at the end of that movie, spoiler alerts, like when you get that little cut scene or end credit scene, you see that the gods, I want to say they are getting ready to do something. Imagine if we're looking at Maui and Moana trying to fight, and Moana's trying to get used to fighting with powers, and Maui's trying to get used to fighting without. Mm-hmm. It would have been such a good scene, because then they could figure out how to work together, and then maybe in the third movie give Maui back his powers. But I don't know. I think that was such a bad mistake, and I low-key think the only reason why they gave him back his powers was because it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character.
Yeah,
I think that's literally.
He can't lose. The Rock, you'll never have a successful, or excuse me, not successful. You'll never have a great like film, like set or like set of things, because you always let yourself win at the end of your movies. Like, you need to struggle a little bit, man. Like, that ego on that guy. I'm sorry. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, that was my problem with Red 1, bro.
I didn't watch it. But
Oh man, that was my problem with Red One.
it's just, if you want to tell a good story, if you want to be in a movie with a great story, you need to play a character that can lose.
Yeah.
Because that's real. That's humans. That's real people. That's what makes stories like anything. I could have said
I'm
any
about to
movie.
say you can name any type of
any
movie.
movie, and it'd be great. But not like a movie. Fast and Furious can exist on its own. You can be that unstoppable because that's funny. You know, Moana. You have an opportunity to tell a like really strong character who gets everything taken away from him. There's opportunity there, and you're like, nah, I have to win. You know, nah, I'd win. You know, there's just no point. It's dumb. I don't like it. But Moana 3 I'll watch. We'll see how good it is.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, the movie was very, very okay.
It was just safe.
Very safe.
It was just safe. But I'm shook that it made $960 million, soon to be $1 billion. It's gonna make it, but
yeah.
Hey, all power to you. Next up, I think this is crazy. Like, do you want to talk about Squid Games, or do you want to talk about the DCU stuff that just came out? Because I have 3 things here about the DCU.
We can touch on Squid Games real fast because I don't think there's a lot to talk about here.
Well, one, let me just start off with saying that Squid Game Season 2 is the biggest debut for a Netflix series ever with 68 million views.
Season 1 was already up there, right?
I think it was,
Season 1, then Stranger Things Season 4 came out, and then Squid Game's back. Okay, yeah.
But, man, Squid Game Season 2, well, breaking that's just nuts.
Congrats.
But I think it's cool that they're making a whole world out of it. Like, or not a world, but like a cinematic world in a way.
So we're going to talk about the spin-off shows, right?
Yeah, spin-off shows.
Now, my question to that is it technically a spin-off if you're just doing the same show but in the US now? Because is it like The Office UK to The Office US where they aren't the same? Like they're not actually I think technically they are. In The Office they ended up being they have Michael Scott and then the other Michael in the same. Anyways, that's
I didn't see that, but
entirely different conversation. But is it just like an Americanized version of a Korean thing, or is it like actually we're doing Squid Games with already the established like rules and things from the Korean show in the U.S.?
Well,
which one is it? Because that technically it's not a spinoff if they're just doing an Americanized version of Squid Games.
Well, I mean, this is gonna play into it though, because one of the coolest things to me was that in Squid Game Season 3, Leonardo DiCaprio is gonna make an appearance in that one.
I saw that, yeah.
So I think that they're just gonna combine it, and there's gonna be the American version is just gonna be like, oh, on the American side, there's these rich people messing with these people who are in debt, and Leonardo DiCaprio is gonna be a part of it. Maybe I don't know if he's gonna be one of those billionaires or if he's gonna be a character playing in the Squid Games. I don't even know if they're gonna call it Squid Games because I mean, with this they call it Squid Games because there's a Korean game called Squid Game. So I don't know if they're gonna switch it up, but
The Jeopardy. That's what it's called. It's just called Jeopardy.
imagine if it really was called Jeopardy, but it's got to be a kid game name. So what if it's Kickball or something?
I was talking about this with a cousin of mine, and I was like, what if the Americanized version of Squid Games is just them playing a bunch of like game shows? So it's like Family Feud and Jeopardy and like Chain Reaction,
Family Feud would
Wheel
be so
of Fortune,
bad.
and there's just like all the families, and it's like you get the 3 X's in Family Feud, and they're like, they just all die.
Steve Harvey comes out of nowhere. He's just like, "Survey said."
I think that would be bad. I would watch that. I'd 100% watch that.
He's like, "Man, I'm gonna need you to answer this, or else they will shoot me." Come on, you can name it. Over here, like, what's 2 + 2, bro? He's like 5. Steve Harvey, they love him because you know how every single time Steve Harvey's just like he freaks out whenever somebody says a stupid answer.
Thing, yeah.
He's just like, "You just killed me."
Dude,
and my family.
Like, imagine for Jeopardy, it's like they don't answer the question, and they don't answer the answer as a question, and it's like, sorry, pow pow. Like, I'd be so into that. Bro.
Oh gosh, bro, that would be nuts. But I do think that they're gonna expand it. And hearing that Leonardo DiCaprio is making an appearance in season 3 does make a little segue into the American version. And David Fincher is going to be directing the American version. I think that's awesome. He's the one who directed The Killer on Netflix along with The Social Network.
Movie. Killer's really good.
Oh, I still need to see it.
It's a good movie.
But if he's making it, I can't wait because I love his lighting. I love the way he shoots certain scenes, and he actually does capture suspenseful stuff really well. So I think he's a perfect fit for it. But also, wasn't there another? I forgot what the other thing was that they were making because it's not just the American version that's a spinoff. There was another type of spinoff.
Producer, you said they're doing a Germany one. Was that what it was? Germany?
Maybe.
One. I don't know. That was like the other thing.
That's pretty nuts.
I think they're just doing a bunch of Squid Games in different countries.
Wait. Okay. Discussing Film says right here, Hwang Dong-hyuk confirms that David.
Sorry if we said that wrong.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I apologize. No, for real. Is developing an English language Squid Game remake set in America.
Yeah, okay, so it's not in universe. It's just like The Office UK to The Office US. It's like them redoing it with English people.
But then why even have Leonardo DiCaprio make an appearance then?
That's also just a rumor. We don't know how true that is.
I mean, Disgusting Film posted that too, but
yeah, but
hey.
like Leo could also just be like one of those like, hey, join the Squid Games. Leo's endorsing it, and it's like a real world actor being like, yeah, I love Squid Games.
Got you.
You know, that's what it could be. Like, and because if it's just an appearance, like I doubt Leonardo DiCaprio is gonna be like a side or main character in a Squid Games TV show. I doubt it wholeheartedly. That man is too busy.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
maybe it's just like he just shows up real quick, like he's on the side of a street, and then he's just like, what the heck just happened?
Like it's like, I endorse the Squid Games, join Squid Games, and it gets more people to want to participate in the Squid Games, you know?
That's probably what it is.
But I don't know. I've talked about how I don't really care for Squid Games too much. Like I guess it's good. People say it's hype or whatever. I just don't care for it. It's not even necessarily that it's not my cup of tea. It's just one of those things like I don't want to watch it. I just don't want to. I have no real reason why. I don't really want to watch it.
No, I get you.
Like,
I get you.
The concept doesn't intrigue me as much as I think just like then it actually is. I think it's a cool concept. I'm just like, I don't really care.
Nah, I get you, man. But hey, let's get into another world real quick. Let's talk about this DCU news real quick.
What's going on?
Well, first off, I want to get your opinion on James Gunn says, this is from Rotten Tomatoes. James Gunn says Batman's origin story will not be shown in the DCU. We don't need to hear the origin story again. I just want to hear what you think.
Good. I agree. I think that makes sense. We've seen it too many times. How many times have we seen it? A bunch? I don't even want to count.
It's been a lot.
Dude, even the Joker movie has the Batman origin. Like, come on. How many times do they have to die?
Oh, yeah.
How many times does Martha have to die?
I think we're good, man.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Like, I think it's a cool idea because not only, like, at first I was mad when I heard that they weren't doing the Spider-Man origin story for Tom Holland, but it worked out well.
Because they ended up telling his origin in 3 movies. Yeah.
Kinda.
In a different way, but like, yeah.
They didn't have Uncle Ben die. They didn't have this and that.
Yeah.
They just had it.
It was their own thing. The home trilogy is Spider-Man's origin, I think. I believe that.
It's Spider-Man's origin, but it's not Peter Parker's.
Yeah. It's not his like textbook origin.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben, kill, whatever, yeah. It's their own thing, but it's really him becoming Spider-Man still.
But yeah, I think they did a good job, and also it's evident that it did well because Robert Pattinson's the Batman. I mean, we didn't really get an origin with that. We got a year 2.
Yeah, which I like. That's it's more interesting.
So if they can do, I think with this, just make him fully realize, like, do what they did in the animated DC movies where they already had all these characters. For example, they already in Superman, the very movie you are excited for, they already have a universe that already has characters in it. So make this Batman just come out of nowhere, already fully realized, already as dope as he is, and give us the most elite version of Batman we could see.
Yeah.
Like, maybe even try to make it better than Ben Affleck's version that we saw in Zack Snyder's Justice League and Batman vs. Superman.
I like that version of him. I think that works. There's like some things I don't really like about it, but I like just that we already have a Batman with a lot of history.
Oh, yeah.
I think that problem with Zack Snyder, I don't want to get into it, but like the problem with my Zack Snyder one is there's too much history that we haven't seen. There's a lot of stuff they don't show, which I don't really like, you know? But
so you know what? Maybe just give us origin stories on the Robins. Because we haven't gotten real Robins. Like, the only ones...
That's what I think they do.
The only one we got was Batman Forever. That was the only origin story we got with Robin. Maybe even, I guess, a little bit of the Dark Knight Rises at the end. Yeah. But give us an origin story with either Tim Drake or Damian Wayne. Which is what it is for Brave and the Bold. But I don't know. I think that's the right thing to go into. Next in the DCU... Well, before we get into that, though, what do you think about this funny thing where... they're making a Dark Knight show. Armie Hammer is attempting to make an acting comeback with the lead role in Uwe Boll's new film, The Dark Knight. The film follows a vigilante who hunts down criminals. So this isn't like a DCU thing. This is just inspired by Batman, except it's going to be like a real life person who's like a billionaire, I guess, who's going to be a vigilante.
Is it like a comedy?
I don't know.
Please be a comedy. That'd be so
funny.
It
might be, but I just thought it was funny that I was scrolling and then saw the Batman news and then saw this, and I was like, okay, so he's making something inspired by Batman, but just more real. So it's Christopher Nolan's thing, but it's not Batman.
Yeah, please make that a comedy. Make it stupid. Make it just like dumb. Make it like Super or like Kick Ass. Like make it something like that. Like that'd be so funny.
Oh man! But also, while we're still on to the Batman the Batman, Robert Pattinson is training right now. Trainer confirms he's been lifting and doing martial arts to prepare for the Batman 2 because it got delayed. What do you think about this whole delay situation
I've
going
come
on?
to the point in my life where I'm convinced that I'm never going to see that movie. I'm going to die before that movie comes out because it is going to keep getting delayed. We're going to get to 2026 and delayed again in 2029. I at this point, I'm like, okay, fine, cook. I'm just going to I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'm excited for Batman. Let's just wait. But damn, dude. When the movie starts and it's like it's been 2 months since the events of Penguin, and I'm like, you seen like the Homelander, it's like the ears are ringing, and he's watching the screen. That's gonna be me, just like it's the worst. It sucks. It sucks, but also cook, I guess. Let's see it. There's gonna be so many things. Christopher Nolan's gonna have released. I saw this on the Escape podcast. They talk. Christopher Nolan's gonna have released Oppenheimer and The Odyssey before the Batman Part 2 comes out.
Oh man, bro, that's crazy because Christopher Nolan takes a long time sometimes with his projects. So
it's insane.
The fact that we're not getting another Batman after that or in between that is crazy.
Not a lot to say on it. Just like damn, it sucks.
Yeah.
But okay, cook. We'll see.
But I'm excited for it.
100%. I'm still excited. Yeah, I'm definitely not any less excited for it. I'm just like cool.
Just give us a Robin, man. Come on, give us a Robin. But what's it called? Also,
and we're back. So our producer had to leave, so we had some minor disturbances, but we're back talking about the Batman. Yeah, it sucks, unfortunate, but what are we gonna do about it?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna love it no matter what when it comes out. But also in the DCU news, Jason Momoa has officially been casted as Lobo.
Another clap. We're clapping again. We're clapping again on the podcast.
And he will be playing Lobo in the movie Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. What do you think?
This news just further pushes my narrative that James Gunn is a freaking genius. I am a James Gunn superfan. I love that man to death. I'm so happy. Before we even I don't know a lot about Lobo, but before we get into him being a Supergirl, what that could mean, all these things, whatever. I'm just happy that he's casting characters that look like the characters. I'm happy. I'm cool with it in some instances if the character if the actor plays the character really well.
Yeah.
But holy balls, man. That makes me confident that we're going to get a Aquaman that looks like an Aquaman. We're going to get a Batman that looks like a Batman.
Yeah.
We're going to get
Alan Richardson.
It's just we're going to get these things in a world that are going to feel right. And it's going to be good. And I'm excited about that. I'm happy. I'm happy that he got casted. It's the character he always wanted to play too. So there's passion behind it for sure. But what do you think that means for Supergirl? I've never read that comic. I plan on reading it.
I didn't read it either.
Okay, so we don't really know much then. We don't even really know what the Supergirl movie is going to be completely about. But from what I understand, it's Superman and Supergirl are different, completely different, because Superman obviously transported to Earth, got raised by human parents. Supergirl watched her planet get destroyed in a teen age, and now is just trying to find her cousin.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. So she's not on Earth. She's probably looking somewhere in space doing her thing. And probably by the end of the movie, she's going to make her way to Earth.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of potential there to tell a really interesting Supergirl story. Something that differentiates it from Superman. So it's not just girl Superman, even though the name kind of implies that it is.
Yeah.
It's potential there for it to be really make her own character. And people are going to respect Supergirl in a completely different way than they had previously.
Oh, trust me. If she's going at Lobo, she's going to be respected, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, I don't know. A lot of the stuff I've seen about Lobo is he's pretty much just this a-hole alien that goes around, just messing with different members of the Justice League. He'll just pop up out of nowhere, or just DCU characters or DC Comics characters in general. He'll come out of nowhere. He'll just be he's kind of he's just always bothering them. He'll just come out of nowhere. You'll like him at first. You'll be like, bro, this guy's wacky. He's like an anti-hero. He's not like Deadpool. He gives off vibes like Deadpool, but he's really just a whole out, all-out a-hole. And there's always something with him fighting against women, because it's weird. I'm not saying James Gunn's doing this on purpose or anything. It's just that's what his character is shown up to do. I think in the Superman the animated series, he fought Supergirl in that, and I mean obviously Supergirl whooped his butt, but he was putting in a little work, and he was saying some stuff where it was oh goodness, bro, hey, Supergirl, tear him up.
Yeah,
Tear
I'm
him
excited
up.
for that movie.
I think it's gonna be really good, and that made me more excited for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow because if I get to see what's her name, the actor for Supergirl, Millie Alcock. If I get to see her and her like stern face looking at Lobo whenever he says the dumbest stuff, going ham on him, going like, bah, 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 I'm gonna love it, bro.
It's gonna
like
be
I'm gonna love it, especially if it's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, dude, 100.
It's gonna be so funny.
It's a character he wants to play. That's what's so important. It's a character he wants to play, and he looks the part too. It's like there's passion.
He actually, if you watch the Aquaman movies again and then see the animated version of Lobo, and then mix the two with Jason Momoa, you're gonna be like, oh, he fits perfectly.
Yeah,
he fits perfectly with that.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. The last DCU news that isn't really like official news is just like an interesting casting. Bill Skarsgård says he would be interested in playing the Joker. There's a pretty cool Joker in me, and it would be very sick.
Dude, that man transports and like. That man becomes every single role he plays. Like he fully embodies every character he plays. He plays Pennywise, right? That's like what he's known for.
He plays Pennywise. Yeah. He plays like Nosferatu.
Yes, that's right. He played Nosferatu. Yeah,
he plays what was the other role? He had another scary role he played in. Well, either way,
that man plays scary roles.
Yeah.
He fully transports himself into the shoes of that character. So him as Joker is perfect from a pure just like acting standpoint.
The Crow.
Yeah,
The Crow.
Just
The Crow.
Yeah, which I don't know people really like that movie, the remake.
It wasn't good.
It doesn't matter. Like he's gonna kill it, and I think that would be an awesome casting. For me, like we're obviously gonna do Joker. I'm just kind of sick of Joker. Mm-hmm. I'm like really sick of Joker actually. It's not even, I don't know.
Because of the sequel.
Joker 2 is definitely one. I think there's just an oversaturation of there's a weird obsession with Joker, I think. Because he's a fantastic character, but I think he gets pushed too hard all the time. And I think it's very obvious. James Gunn obviously is going to want to do a Joker. You have to do a Joker. If there's a Batman, there's a Joker. There's always, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But I really hope that if we're doing Joker, he's not the villain in Brave and the Bold. Mm-hmm. I really hope, like, I like what the Batman's doing.
Yeah.
Where he's just like this looming threat that always exists, and he's this weird whatever. Like, I like that. That's a great concept for Joker.
Yeah.
I just hope that they really do their own thing with him, and I really hope that when he shows up at the right time. He's not forced. He doesn't just show up and he's there. I hope it's like Elvis quality timing. I feel like at that point, by the time Brave and the Bold comes out, I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready for Joker again. Because we're not getting another Joker movie for sure. Hopefully.
Oh, please no, bro.
No, Todd Phillips said he's done, and I hope he's done because I don't want to see him do that ever
Getting
again.
mad at the studio and then taking it out on us. That felt like crap. But I love the idea of Bill Skarsgård playing Joker. I think 100%. That's cool. I don't think if they're doing a Batman the Brave and the Bold for sure, do a different villain. Give us something different. Like do exactly what what's it called?
You'll probably do Ra's al Ghul.
Well, I'm trying to think of the one movie that brought in a character a villain who nobody really cared about. Maybe The Spot. Do what Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse did. Bring in this character that nobody really knows and make him dangerous. Make him super dangerous that we respect him. I'm trying to think of another character in another movie that did that. But just bring in small time. Like, I don't know about Deathstroke. I kind of would.
Oh my gosh, please!
I would
like. Can we finally do Deathstroke? Why have we not done Deathstroke?
I would kind of love it, but I kind of want something that nobody knows.
Yeah, but like
nobody. I love Deathstroke.
Here's the thing though with Deathstroke is that one is in a weird place where it's like everyone knows who Deathstroke is, but why have we never done Deathstroke in a live action movie? Mm-hmm. We did him in Justice League in a post credit scene. But why haven't we done Deathstroke yet?
That is true.
Dude, if you watched Arrow, you've watched Arrow, right?
Yeah.
Deathstroke and Arrow is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, they do a good job. Maybe, like, I think you could, and, like, if that did a good job, you could do it in, James Gunn can cook.
That is true.
Why is Joker getting solo movies when I think Deathstroke deserves a solo movie way more? Because I think you can tell way more interesting.
There was the announcement about a Deathstroke versus Bane movie or Deathstroke and Bane movie. There was something about that, but...
Just make him fight Batman. That's all I want. Just make him fight Batman. Make him fight Batman.
But I don't know. Another character that I think would be cool to do in Brave and the Bold was probably like Black Mask.
Yes,
I'd be cool for Black Mask thing.
Mm-hmm. I like that too. Black Mask is cool.
Not the Penguin, maybe. You're
gonna get Penguin though. Mr. Freeze would be cool to see again, just for them to like do a character like right. I know a lot of people want Hush, but I think more people want that for like the Batman.
Yeah,
like,
Hush
universe.
Would be really cool to do. For...
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
What's his name?
You're good. What's his name? Oh my gosh! He's in the Arkham games.
Not Scarecrow.
Yap. Hold on. Yap. Give me 1 second.
Not Killer Croc.
I don't want Arkham Knight because that's a spoilers, but Arkham Knight. I don't want Arkham Knight. I mean, Azrael.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Like that's I feel like a random like character you can like rope into that like
The Court of Owls.
Yes, that's
The
another
Court of
one.
Owls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Court of Owls would be perfect.
Batman Brave and the Bold. Do the Court of Owls.
But can I be so for real? I want Court of Owls for like the Batman.
Oh, they're
Batman,
doing it though.
Batman like going into like the Batman, like Robert Pattinson's Batman, like with a cult, that would work perfectly.
But like they're already doing it because they hinted at it so many times. Like I saw a review, and even during the movie, I was like, "Oh, they're hinting at the Court of Owls." Because remember the scene where Brody had the bomb on his neck, and he was talking about, "Oh, there's forces you don't understand." He was definitely not talking about Falcone and all that. He was talking about the Court of Owls. He was definitely talking about the Court of Owls.
Maybe, I don't know.
But like, if you do the Court of Owls and then bring in another like. I love that too when they make you think that the main villain is that person, but it really isn't. I wish they did that with the Batman. I mean, we already pretty knew it was the Riddler doing everything, but if you make it where the Court of Owls is the focus, and then you actually have a villain in the Court of Owls, like for example, Hush. If you have Hush in the Court of Owls, I would love that. If you have Azrael in the Court of Owls, like the cult organization with that, that would be cool.
Yeah, do something different, you know.
Give us a surprise though with these villains, like. But I think the Court of Owls would be awesome. Like, I love the Court of Owls.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
I didn't like Gotham Knights though. I hated that game and the TV show.
Oof,
that TV show was trash.
I didn't even watch the TV
Oh, they
show.
canceled it quick.
Yeah, quick, dude. Quick.
How the heck does a random villain kill Batman?
You know, that's what they do in the Gotham Knights show, right? In the
the Gotham Knights show.
It's different, but
and he had like a crappy like mask on or something. I was like, the CW, you guys. That was another thing that pissed me off. They never had a good adaptation of Batman in the CW universe. Never. The disrespect Batman was getting in that universe was ridiculous. Like the CW show, they had the good Superman, everything. No good Batman. The Titan show. Batman was literally like a B word in that. He was a terrible person. And then even in the Gotham Knights show, he was just dead.
Now,
yeah,
missing one thing. They do give Kevin Conroy the spotlight in the CW show. Remember, Batwoman has a conversation with Kevin, like an old Batman.
I didn't get to watch Batwoman. That's my bad.
But it's not in the show. It's a crossover episode they do. It's like the Crisis on Infinite Earths, where he gets to talk to a Kevin Conroy Batman. And it's really good.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
I'm gonna have to check out that clip.
But is there any other DC Universe news?
No, that's it.
Now let's move on to our last segment. One more universe. This has been a long pod, but it's been fun. We're having a good time. Let's have another great time in the Marvel Universe. Mm-hmm. This is a new segment I'm calling Gut Reaction. I stole it from Good Mythical Morning, where they basically will try a bunch of different snacks of the same brand. So it'll be like, here's all the different kinds of Pop-Tarts with Kit Kats, and you're going to say how you feel about them immediately. Yeah. But in this case, we're not going to do a number score. We're going to do a tier list.
Gotcha.
From F to S.
Okay.
F being the lowest, S being the highest. I'm going to list out these Marvel movies, and you're just going to tell me quickly what spot they're at.
Gotcha.
Maybe we'll get a little bit like sprinkled, like, hey, this is why I think this is why I think that. But mainly it's just like, this is what I want you to do.
This is going to be so hard, bro.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with a fun one. She-Hulk.
I'm going to go D.
D. Okay.
I'm going to go D.
All right. WandaVision.
I'm going to go C.
C.
I'm going to go C.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of WandaVision.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing that bothers me in that one is like the whole brother thing. Like it always just messes with me that like you saw Avengers Age of Ultron and how important their relationship was, and it kind of seemed like they joked and made it like they made it like this unserious thing, and that
Ralph Boner.
and then that her kids are more important than the brother she had that tight relationship with. It kind of spits on me. I'm not saying it's a bad story. I just think that the whole brother complex just messes me up.
A final fight in that show sucks, but they have a phenomenal ending to that show.
Yeah.
It's really good. Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh, I'm going to put that at B.
Okay, I like that.
That at B.
That's fair. I'm between like a B and a C.
Yeah.
I think B is a good place to put it. Mm-hmm. Let's go Secret Invasion.
F.
Yes, let's go. All right, okay.
Freaking
we
F.
have a banger. This is a banger list.
I was about to say, it's got to be F.
Let's go Captain Marvel 2.
I'm going to go D.
Do you want to go above or under She-Hulk?
I'm going to go above She-Hulk.
Okay, so it's a high D right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I can do it. Okay.
This is so hard.
Let's do Echo.
Echo. Okay, I'm gonna put Echo in the C section.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna put Echo in the C section. I actually I liked it, but I didn't like enjoy it ultimately. I thought it was pretty good.
So my problem with Echo is I think the Kingpin scenes are really good. Besides that, the show sucks.
I was okay with it. I was learning a lot about her, and I obviously the Kingpin and the Daredevil scenes I thought were really cool.
Yeah.
But I like how she kind of got powers at the end.
I didn't
To
like
me,
it.
I was okay with it.
I just thought it was stupid.
I was
thought
okay
it was
with
a really weird
it.
show. I think there was opportunity to have a really grounded character like Echo, and they kind of got too big.
Yeah.
And it kind of like messed with her. And I think like I like the culture aspect, but I think they kind of got lost in the culture aspect because they ended up just giving her overpowered abilities. It would have been cool if like all the cultures she was getting her powers from, like her ancestors, I said cultures, but her ancestors, like they were like more, I forgot what the abilities were, but like a lot of them were physical. I wish it didn't end up being like this big like spiritual like crazy. I wish it kind of just stayed like more physical. She was just dope, you know. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The TV series?
Yeah.
I'm going to put that at C.
Okay.
Put that
I like
C.
that. Above WandaVision or below?
Oof.
Here, I'll say this. High, mid, or low C tier?
You know what? I'm going to go I'm going to go above WandaVision. Okay. Oh, man. That's tough.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. Guardians of the Galaxy.
A.
A. Wow. Okay. First A. I like that. That's a good A. Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, The Incredible Hulk. Do you like
Oh, man. The fighting. I'm going to go. I got to do this quick. I'm going to go B. I got to do it quick.
Oh, my gosh.
I just really like the fight scenes in that movie.
That movie sucks balls.
But I love the fight scenes, bro.
That movie has 2 fights.
I still love it. It's just the Hulk in that was just so.
People ride that movie too hard. People say it's like oh, how Marvel used to make things like this, and it's like the Incredible Hulk, and now they're making things like this.
Brody was so deadly, man.
All right.
It was so the acting. Yes, it was very rough, but the way Hulk was in those movies, man.
Thor Ragnarok.
I'm gonna go A.
I like that.
Yeah.
Above or under Guardians?
I'm gonna put Guardians above it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So low AT right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. I really love Iron Man 2. So I'm going to put Iron Man 2 in the B section.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I was just double checking. We don't have a producer, so I'm running around again.
Got you.
Okay. Iron Man 2, you said B tier?
Yes, above. I said above Incredible Hulk.
So under Cap. Okay. Let's go Iron Man 3.
Put that in the B tier too.
Above, below, mid. Okay, high, mid, or low B tier?
I'm gonna say mid.
Okay.
I'm gonna say mid.
Okay. All right.
I'm getting so nervous, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's nerve wracking. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, the first one.
Yeah.
I really like the first one, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go A.
Okay,
I'm gonna go A.
Nice. High or low? High or mid? High, mid, or low?
I'm gonna say mid.
Okay, mid. Okay, so above Ragnarok. Interesting.
Oh, my bad. Not above Ragnarok.
Okay, so low.
Yeah, I can't put it above Ragnarok.
Yeah. Okay, let's go Black Widow.
I really did not like that movie, so I gotta go with the. I'm gonna go D.
D. Wow, high or low?
D. I'll go high on it.
So above Marvels.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that movie's overhated. I'd put that at a low C tier. I think it's pretty mid, but I think it's really overhated.
I just really.
Yelena's awesome in that movie. She's so funny, and the action's pretty good besides the final.
There was just some dialogue points where I was just getting really annoyed. Like the whole superhero landing thing, I actually did not like that.
And Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster kind of got me upset.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
All right. Now, my argument with this was that it's not a bad movie. To me, it's just a bad Spider-Man movie. So it's a good movie. To me, it's just not a good Spider-Man movie. All right? So I'm going to put this high, though, because I do like it above a lot of those projects. What do I have in the C again?
You have Falcon, the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Echo.
All right, so it's above that. So I'm going to probably put it in the B section.
Okay. High, mid, or low?
What is high in the B section?
You have First Avenger.
First Avenger.
Mid is the Iron Man 2 and 3. Low is Incredible Hulk.
I'm gonna go high B for Spider-Man: Far From Home.
So you want it like above First Avenger?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Civil War?
Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in the B section. I'm gonna put that. Yeah.
B? Are you serious?
I'm gonna go B with Civil War. I think it was. I liked it. I just thought that it was really much longer than I wanted it to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
High, mid, or low?
I'm gonna go mid.
Okay, I'll put it like
Mid
above
B.
Iron Man 2 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hawkeye.
TV series.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go C.
Super underrated, I think. I'd put that in B, but okay. High, mid, or low?
High C.
Okay, above Falcon?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Werewolf by Night?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Let me go. Where did I put Civil War again?
High B.
Let me go high B. Or
B. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so you want it above First Avenger or First Avenger? You want it above First Avenger?
No,
Okay,
below.
so above Civil War.
Not above Civil War.
Under it.
My
Okay,
bad.
got it.
Under it.
Cool. Let's do Guardians Holiday Special.
Guardians Holiday Special. I want to put that in the same section.
B. Okay.
Yeah.
High, mid, or low? It doesn't matter where it's above.
Probably low.
Okay.
Probably low.
I'll put it right here. It won't matter where it
Told us an important thing about Peter and
is. Yeah.
what was the girl? Mantis. Peter and Mantis.
Yeah.
So I like that.
I didn't expect it to go that direction.
And Kevin Bacon.
Kevin. So stupid. What about the first Thor?
The first Thor. Watching it again, I actually did appreciate it. So, what do I have in the high C again?
A Hawkeye, Falcon Winter Soldier.
Let me go low B.
Okay, so you want it above Echo though?
Yeah.
Okay. But under WandaVision.
Or above WandaVision,
Sorry, it
yeah.
doesn't matter anymore. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Let's go. All right, let's get this one out of the way.
Yep.
Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, that's S.
Yeah, 100%.
That's S.
Yeah, 100%.
That is the number one S right there.
100%. Okay, let's get another big one out of the way. Black Panther.
S.
Yeah. I think that's fair. You know, the way I feel about Black Panther is it's a really good movie. I just don't love it.
I just love how it gave us a new environment.
100%. Yes,
like,
it cooked.
And that it mixed so well because after Black Panther was it Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
It went Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, and then Avengers Infinity War. And I was like, whoa, that whole like.
Yeah, I agree. That's
was just a good switch.
Yeah. I think it was like a high A for me though. It's not like any lower. It's not like a B or C. I think it's definitely a great movie.
Yeah.
What about Ant-Man Quantumania?
Put that thing in F.
Put that thing in F, really?
Put it in
you know what?
F.
Remember, there's an E tier as well.
Huh?
There's an E tier as well.
There's an E tier?
Yeah.
All right, good. Put it in F.
Okay.
Quantumania was terrible.
Yeah, I'd put it in E. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty
Dang,
bad.
man. I feel like there's got to be some E's coming up, but Quantumania, I hated that movie.
Let's go Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel? Oh, I really liked Miss Marvel,
I
though.
did too.
So I want to put that in the B section.
Wow. Okay, that's
I
high.
really liked Miss Marvel.
Okay. I'll put it like in the middle. There you go.
I got you.
Okay. I think we should go by tiers now. So it's just where it is. Doesn't matter high, whatever.
Got you.
Let's do Thor: The Dark World.
The Dark World? Maybe that's the first E.
That's the perfect E. That's the perfect E. Yeah, that's the
I was
perfect
gonna
E. Literally, yes.
Because I enjoyed
Literally.
that way more than stinking Quantumania.
Yeah, 100. Really? Actually?
I liked it a little bit more than Quantumania.
No,
I
think
really did not like
Quantumania at least is a
Quantumania.
great villain. Because Kang is really cool in that movie.
He was, but bro, they wasted him.
They did.
They wasted him. I gotta go with E for Dark World.
Let's go Iron Man 1.
S.
Really?
S.
Okay, yeah.
S.
It's
I
a
gotta
classic.
go S.
I think for me that's another like high A.
It just started the world so well,
It does,
and
yeah.
it told a good origin story, and Robert Downey Jr. killed it. And, oh man, S.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
All right, this is gonna be hard because I'm thinking between E and F.
Yeah, literally. I'm thinking about it too. I'm like kind of playing along too, and I'm like,
Oh
I
man.
hate that movie.
Oh.
But do I hate that movie?
Yeah,
you know?
it's like Quantumania, Thor: Love and Thunder. I really hated that movie, but Quantumania really killed me. I'm gonna go E.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
that's
E.
fair. You know what's funny is I think Thor: The Dark World might be better than Thor: Love and Thunder the more I think about it.
Yeah, so put Thor: Dark World over Thor: Love and Thunder because
Yeah, I
them
did.
goats. Yeah, them goats killed it for me.
Here, let's get this last probably there's a couple big ones on here, but I think let's get this last big one out of the way. Avengers Endgame.
S.
Okay.
It's got to be S.
Fair.
Yeah.
Let's do Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. I really like that one. Question is, I'm thinking between B and C because I did like it, but there were some things that were bugging me about it.
Yeah. Has problems for sure.
I'm gonna go B.
Okay. Put it in B. Let's do this. Damn. Man, Incredible Hulk and Moon Knight on the same tier is insane to me. Let's go Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
The first Avengers movie? I'm gonna go A.
Wow, I like that.
I'm gonna go
fair.
A.
Yeah. I think that movie is really good. I think some people get I think it's a fair S tier actually.
Yeah.
I was gonna argue something now. It's a fair S tier.
Well, it's an A.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in general. Like, I think I was gonna say like I think people push that movie too hard. But I think I more mean it for a different movie.
Yeah.
In the opposite direction.
I think it's fair to put it in S though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
agree. So this is what I'm saying. This is a movie I was thinking people hate on too much actually.
Yeah.
Avengers: Age of Ultron. Where do you think it is?
Avengers: Age of Ultron. Watching it again, I actually really did like it way more than Avengers. And oof. You know what? I think it's fair to put it A, but I want to put it above Avengers.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it more than Avengers.
Okay. So here's my thing with Avengers: Age of Ultron is I think people too much hate on Avengers: Age of Ultron so much because of how much they love the first Avengers movie.
That's what I mean.
Which
though.
I don't like. Like the Avengers: Age of Ultron's pretty good. I don't think it's bad. I think I'd put it in A tier, like a low A tier as well.
I think the only reason why that is because it got hella dark. Because with Avengers, like, yeah, people were dying and New York was getting destroyed, but you were getting to see your heroes. Like, this is the first time we get to see like all these different like characters and these different versions of the movies come together, and then it come out in a good ending.
Yeah.
With Avengers: Age of Ultron, it left us in like, holy crap, what's going on with the Avengers? Like
things are a little messed up.
Yeah,
right
things
now.
are a little messed up. But that's what I like that type
I
of
do
stuff. Like, I'm cool with like it getting dark a bit. And I think we were seeing them in like a really good form. Like that opening scene when they were all like, when Brody, I forgot what Iron Man said. He said something and then Brody's like, watch your language. Yeah. And then like everybody's just making a joke out of it. But I like
Language.
how it was just funny, man. And like all the fights and the fact that they were disagreeing with each other. And I know that's why like people are probably going to be like, well, I mean, if you didn't like disagreement, why didn't you like Captain America Civil War that much? It's only because I felt like it was too long.
Interesting.
That's all.
What about Captain Marvel?
Oh, man. I'm in like the C and D range for this one. Because the complaint I have with this one is I didn't feel like I had any connection to her. It's not because she's a woman. It's just because I felt like she was too perfect. I felt like there was nothing like with Peter Parker. We can relate with him because, you know, struggles through some stuff. With her, I think it was just that she lost her memory and she was trying to get it back. And right when she get it back, everything was fine. But I don't know that movie. What do I have in the C section again?
You have Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Thor, WandaVision, and Echo. Your D tier, The Marvels, Black Widow, and She-Hulk.
I'm gonna put it in the C tier.
Wow.
I'll
Okay,
put it in
I
C
like The
tier.
Marvels more because I think with your complaint, I think The Marvels.
Oh,
fixes a lot of that.
wait.
The
My
Marvels-
bad. I was thinking of Miss Marvel. I was like, why? My bad. D.
I think The Marvels fixes a lot of the problems I have with the first Captain Marvel movie, where they actually have
Yeah.
their struggle because like Monica Rambeau is a lot. Like they have their relationship is a good struggle. I think,
Yeah.
between the two of them. Like there's good beef there.
Yeah, the second movie I appreciated way more than the first one.
What about a new one? Agatha All Along.
Definitely not in the D section though.
No. Yeah.
Definitely not.
It's not that bad.
I'm just trying to figure out what do I have in the B section again?
Your B section: Far From Home, Captain America: The First Avenger, Civil War, Werewolf by Night, Iron Man 2, Miss Marvel, Iron Man 3, Moon Knight, Guardians: The Holiday Special, and Incredible Hulk.
I'm putting the B section.
Wow.
I'm putting the B section. I liked it. I liked it a lot. The only complaint I had was that last episode, but
Yeah,
I
put
really
in C,
liked it.
But I think that's fair. Let's get this last newer one out of the way. What if season, or just what if? What if?
Just what if?
Just the show. What if as a whole?
As a whole,
It's just the season 3 picture. That's why I got confused.
I don't. This is tough. Maybe I'll go C. Or
That's
no.
an E for me.
No, I'll go D.
Okay.
I'll go D.
All right.
it's just there's nothing really to like besides season 1 for me because I like season 1, season 2, and right now with season 3, it's not really hitting.
Okay, let's go Shang-Chi.
Oh, I love Shang-Chi. I feel like I put a lot of stuff in the B section.
You did, yeah. A lot of B things.
I feel like that's a safe option. Let me put it in the B section.
What's your list?
Yeah.
I think Shang-Chi for me. I think a B is a really good place to put it. I think it's a little overhyped sometimes. A lot of people gas up the characters, the villain, all things, and I don't think it's that good. The fight scenes are awesome though.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's a good movie. It's a good time. It's a good time. I think that's what it is. It's a good time for me. It's nothing insane. But yeah, B tier I think I agree with.
I love me some fight scenes.
Yeah,
bro.
it's 100%. Let's go Black Panther 2. Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Woo! Why'd you say it like that?
The SNL skit where it's like the white guys.
Oh,
walking on
yeah.
Black Panther and they're like Wakanda Forever.
You talking about sticking Tom Hanks?
Yeah, I think
when
it's
he
him.
did that?
I don't remember who it
Wakanda
is.
Forever.
It's so funny.
Oh, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Oh, I love that movie. All the people complaining about that movie, I don't think they got it right.
Yeah,
like
I don't
you had to get some grief in there.
Yeah, 100%.
But shoot, I'm between A and B.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that movie. I'm gonna go A.
I agree.
I'm
That's
gonna
why
go
I
A.
would put it too. It's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
S. 100%. That movie changed everything.
That movie.
It changed everything.
It's so good. That movie rips, dude.
Bro, that was the literal, like, I remember in the beginning of it, because I'm a DC Comics more type person. I love Batman. I love the darkness, but there can be light in it type vibes. So, like, at first when Marvel was coming out, I thought they were being a little too light for a sec. I was almost going to get into the point where I was going to out loud say, I think it's too, like, silly, too light. But this movie came out at the right time. This movie, the Hydra already infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, that was awesome. That was perfect.
Yeah.
It's S tier, bro. This movie changed everything. It changed the mood, and it was for the I think it segued perfectly into Infinity War and all that.
Now, a more goofy movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I actually really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Really?
I know a lot of people hated it, but I actually really thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I thought it was the right type of silliness, and I liked that end credit scene. I really liked it. So I'm gonna go Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think that's good for me at B. So for me,
I'd put this in E tier.
Oh,
I don't like that
you
movie.
don't like
I
the
think
Ant-Man movies?
No, I love the first one.
Okay.
I think Ant-Man 2 is really boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's so boring. Watch Ant-Man 2 again. I rewatched both of them before Quantumania.
Yeah.
I think Ant-Man, Wasp, and Quantumania exist on the same level for me in terms of how much I don't like either of them.
Okay.
I think Quantumania, I could argue I like more because I think the villain's just more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And MODOK's hilarious. That's a different conversation.
No, MODOK pissed me off, bro.
Let's do Eternals.
Eternals. Oh, man. I liked that movie, by the way.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, overhated. So overhated.
Very overhated.
Came out in a time when I think, people thought Marvel was back. I don't even know. People just... I don't understand why people hate that movie so much,
because I think it came out right after Endgame, right?
No, it came out right after Shang-Chi.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it did. Okay. So, Eternals...
I think it's better than Shang-Chi.
I think it's better than Shang-Chi, too. I actually really enjoyed
Better
that movie.
villain. Way better.
Better everything. A lot of
Better
it.
villain, yeah.
But, obviously, where did I have Shang-Chi again?
You have Shang-Chi in B.
B?
tier.
I want to go B on that.
Same. Cool. I like
But
that.
higher than Shang-Chi
Yeah,
because
I'll put it
that movie was just, bro, everything they were setting up and, like, the
Great
threat
character-
level
cool characters. Really
and,
cool characters.
bro, the action scenes. Like, it
Oh.
had a mix of a lot. It had a good mix of everything I love in a movie.
It's the last
An action
MCU
adventure
movie that I think actually looks really good, like visually.
Yeah.
Besides, like No Way Home. I'm trying to think. I don't want to say that.
Well, no,
and that
because
not
No
be
Way
true.
Home was really, a lot of the stuff was, like, super, you could tell was, like, green screens type stuff. But this one looked like they really went into the VFX and everything.
It looks
with
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie looks insane.
Yeah.
Movie that looks insane. It's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Volume 2. Now, I got issues with Volume 2 only because I didn't like the split off type thing. But I'm going to put that in the B tier.
Okay.
But, hot take, I like Eternals more than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yeah.
Wow. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a comfort movie for me. That's the Guardians movie I watch if I want to watch something like that.
Okay, I like the first one.
I like the first
Like
one
way
too.
more.
I think 2 I like more. I like the villain a lot more in 2.
Yeah.
Let's get them all out of the way. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
3. I say that nobody died in that one. That was the only thing I hated about that one. Thought it was a good story though with Rocket. They called Rocket Raccoon, but
And it wasn't corny.
yeah, it really wasn't. It was awesome. So I'm gonna go Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm gonna put that in B, higher than Eternals.
Man, I'd say A, bro, but okay.
I was close to that,
Again,
but
Incredible Hulk and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on the same level is insane. But hey,
that's
it's your gut.
that's my
your
enjoyment,
gut.
bro. That's my
your gut.
enjoyment.
That's your gut. Okay.
I'm going by my enjoyment.
Let's do Doctor Strange 1.
I gotta go A. I really love that movie.
It's a good movie.
I gotta go A.
Okay.
The VFX was insane.
Yeah. Where'd it go? Okay. Let's do Deadpool and Wolverine.
A.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
A.
Yeah, 100%. All right, now we're just flying. Let's do Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
It wasn't as bad as Quantumania, but I just hated it. So I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna put it in D.
Okay.
I'm putting it in D.
Overhated movie, by the way. I think it's a very overhated.
I just
movie.
didn't like it.
Very overhated movie. Anyways, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
All right, this is where people gonna hate me. I'm putting it A. I really like Homecoming.
Oh,
I really
wait,
like
I thought
Homecoming.
You didn't like Homecoming.
No, I didn't like Far From Home.
Yep. I don't know why I thought you didn't. I'd put Homecoming in S tier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Homecoming is the perfect comfort movie for me. Like, weirdly enough, that's the Spider-Man movie I watch.
Mm-hmm.
For some I can't really explain it. Like, sure, like Amazing Spider-Man and the Tobey Maguire movies have way more Spider-Man things.
Yeah.
This movie is so funny. That's why when I'm upset and I'm sad, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Spider-Man: Homecoming because the funniest scene in the entire MCU. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
It's when they're playing F, Marry, Kill Avengers.
Yeah.
And like they hear Liz talking about it, and like they're talking about Spider-Man, whatever. And she's like, I think I'd like marry your Spider-Man or whatever. And then Ned goes, Peter, no Spider-Man.
That was so funny, bro.
Every single time.
That was so funny.
Every single time. It's the funniest thing ever. It's so good.
But like, oh my bad. Continue. I'm sorry.
I'll say one more thing. My favorite, another really good scene is when he's in like the Stark warehouse, and he's like talking to Karen the whole time, and then it's like, Karen, how long has it been? He's like 20 minutes, and he's like, what?
Oh yeah, when he's inside the
big warehouse,
the
he's trying to-
storage and stuff.
Yeah, it's so good
because we really thought it was like hours, and then when she said 20 minutes, I was like, whoa,
So
I like
funny.
that. But with the Spider-Man movies, Tobey Maguire, all 3 of them, I was a diehard Tobey Maguire fan. Diehard. Where when I heard the Andrew Garfield news, I was like, this is stupid. Nothing's going to come from this. They should just keep Tobey because I want to see him like with Tony and everything in the Avengers. Watched The Amazing Spider-Man 1. I was like, whoa, wait, they may have something here. I watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know everybody hates it, but I really loved it. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen that movie a million times, like both of them over and over again. I always listen to everybody's like critiques. I understand like, the whole car crash thing, like that's kind of messed up for Spider-Man to let those people die like that.
It's fine.
But in a way, yeah. But I really just love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So when it came to Spider-Man Homecoming, once again, I'm mad because I'm like, why are we keep switching Spider-Man? But then like I watched Homecoming and I'm like, wow, this actually really, I like this like a lot. I like this mood and I like the whole like when Tony Stark was like, if you need the suit, you can't have it. And he does his own thing, like to beat Vulture with his own stuff again. I was like, that is Spider-Man, bro.
The scene when he's pushing up on the
That
that's
too.
Spider-Man. That's
I was
Spider-Man.
like, that is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But that's why I love that movie so much because, well, 1, it changed my opinion on it. And 2, it just felt like a full-on, really good Spider-Man movie.
All right, speaking of Spider-Man, Loki.
Loki.
Where did you put Loki?
Loki season, well, all of it.
Both of it, yeah.
I'm going to go A tier.
A tier.
I'm going to go
Wow.
A tier. I really like Loki.
Okay. I put an S, but okay. Spider-Man No Way Home is our last one. Where are you putting Spider-Man No Way Home?
Oh, man. This is tough. It's between A and S. Because I really like Spider-Man No Way Home, but then when I look at it over and over again, I'm like, is it only because all 3 of them are in it?
Scooby-Doo that shit.
I'm going to go...
Gut reaction.
I'm gonna go A.
There we go.
I'm going A
tier. Okay. All right. So we are done with the rankings. Phil, this is your MCU gut reaction tier list. At F tier, we have Secret Invasion and Ant-Man Quantumania. In the E tier, we have Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Love and Thunder. Both Thor movies. Damn, no love. D tier, we have Captain Marvel 2, Captain Marvel 1, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Black Widow, She-Hulk, and What If. In the C tier, we have Hawkeye, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Thor, WandaVision, and Echo. In the B tier, this is the B tier, Spider-Man Far From Home, Captain America The First Avenger, Captain America Civil War, Werewolf by Night, Iron Man 2, Miss Marvel, Iron Man 3, Moon Knight, The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Incredible Hulk, Eternals, Agatha All Along, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Shang-Chi, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. At A tier, we have Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok, Ant-Man, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Deadpool and Wolverine, Loki, and Spider-Man No Way Home. And then in your S tier, we have Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, Iron Man, Avengers Endgame, and Captain America The Winter Soldier.
Was that 5 movies in this?
That was 5 movies, yeah.
That's my literal top 5, too.
That's insane. So this is the first gut reaction. We'll probably do more of these because I like this segment. This segment's really fun.
We're doing it for you next.
But yeah, 100%. Let's do it. But this is going to bring in a different thing that me and Phil are going to embark on. We don't know when we're going to start this, but we're going to start this. Me and Phil are going to rewatch the entire MCU. And we are going to rank them and see how consistent his list is and how he actually feels about the movies.
Got you.
I'm excited. We'll let you guys know when we start this. But this was the Film Podcast episode 4. Episode 4. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys stuck around. And if you did, thank you guys. We love you guys. Drop a follow, subscribe, follow us on all the TikToks, the Twitters, and the Instagrams.
And make sure to also follow Run the Play Network on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter.
Woos, this is the set that we're on for it.
That too.
Enjoy. TikTok might be gone, but we have so many other places to reach us. So just hit us up. Follow us. I lost the outro. But that's the show. Thank you guys for watching.
Film and Zay are out.